You know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. 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 Huh? Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees are Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
What do the Saints need to do to go 2-0 this week?
I think they need to keep getting weird with their positionless personnel. There's this vivid touchdown against the Panthers in my head where Alvin Kamara is lined up at receiver, Rashid Shaheed is in the backfield with Taysom Hill, and Juwan Johnson goes in motion. It's that kind of positionless personnel stuff that Clint Kubiak is bringing from San Francisco that I really think is going to work in this game because they have so many guys who fill multiple hats and multiple roles. I don't think Dallas's second level defenders were tested very much against Cleveland offensively, but if Clint Kubiak can really kind of get his guys into positions where they can make plays on using motion and using Derek Carr to not necessarily just attack downfield consistently and relentlessly, but in order to use motion to just get the ball out in space to the best players. Get Olave involved, Alvin Kamara involved in the passing game. Taysom Hill was just doing everything. I didn't know that he was just going to line up at receiver, at quarterback, running back, and fullback. So just keep getting weird. Throw the entire kitchen sink at this defense.
And that's certainly the right way to approach playing this Dallas Cowboys defense. We've seen time and time again, you saw most in the playoffs, right? An offense that uses a lot of misdirection. And as you talked about, like kind of these positionless players, it really helps to neutralize some of that pass rush so they can't just tee off on them. So I think that matchup is as much about personnel as it is about scheme, to your point. I feel like we're going to learn a lot more about, okay, this Dallas Cowboys defense looks so sick and this Saints offense looked great. Let's put them up against each other and we'll come out of this on the other side knowing a little bit more.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. What's popping? Big ups to the faithful. We up in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Much love to everybody, man. Hope y'all had a fantastic week. I know it was a hurricane week for most of us. Hope you guys came out of that thing pretty good. You know, you gotta have some family members that just got their power restored. I know LaPlace still has some water on the ground, so to speak, and I know a lot of that is because of the restructuring of the levee system. Because I know people from LaPlace who never flooded until they started tampering around with this new levee system, and the water has to go somewhere, and it's not looking good. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Hope y'all guys are looking and doing good this week. A couple of days from now, man, we'll be enjoying some good football as the Saints, travel to Dallas Cowboys Jerry World to take on a very talented Dallas club. A lot of talk, man, this week. A lot of talk between the it's almost like the Saints and the Cowboys should have been the game of the week as much as talk. A lot of people were talking about this matchup. I'm tired of the talking. I'm just ready for the football now. I'm tired of all the crap talking between people. Let's get some football. Let's get some smackdown going down on these people, man. Let's put them in the hurt locker. That's what I'm about right now, man. I'm kind of ready to get to it, man. So anyway, big ups to you guys. Appreciate you. What's up, K, man? Shout out to you, Young City. Much love. Elites in the building. What's up, Tay? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you for being in the building as well. Saint Doug, how you doing, sir? Be great, Josh. Big ups to you. As well, Black Major, big ups to you. Willie Garrison, shout out to brother Willie, man. Bronze Flat Power God, shout out to your Head Trauma, shout out to you as well. Indeed, bro. Much love. Jamaica, what's poppin', Jamaica? Good to see you in there. Mad Drummer is in this thing. Bobby's in this thing. Backwoods is in this thing. JT, shout out to you, my brother. Brandon, big ups to you. Dr. Key, what's happening, Dr. Key? How you doing, sir? All right, big ups to you as well. Jamaica says, y'all, I just have a feeling like my spirit say we finna upset the world, but I'm worried about our rookie Fuaga. Will he play? If he does, we really have a chance. But who is behind Tyler Fuaga? It is Landon Young. So that is the guy there. If he can't go, that's who they'll look to. And I got an interview. If you haven't, we'll play several interviews. Dennis Allen, Carl Granderson, and Landon Young, the potential replacement for Tyler Fuaga. We'll talk about that on this stream, Jamaica. Shout out to Brother Slim, Quavadia. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Ramsey, big ups to you. Good to see you as well. Much love. OG Jerry. Big ups to my brother, OG Jerry, in the building. Jamaica says, Q, did you see what Gruden said on it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Kevin, GM Kev, shout out to GM Kev, sent me Coach Gruden's videos breakdown of it. It's a lot of it. I wanted to play some of it here. Matter of fact, I might play some of Coach Gruden's breakdown on there, man. But I seen it, man. And Coach Gruden was breaking it down just like Coach Gruden does, man. And he was very positive, man. He picked the Saints. I might have to click that who dat, because he did bust that who dat. Hold on. It's good to see Coach Chucky back online, man. You could tell that man loved football, man. For the last several years, a couple of years, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff, man. He kind of been away from ball. He was basically dealing with all of the stuff that happened. And you can see the guy is crazed. He's football crazy. That's what I call it. But he's a guy that was doing this thing. He even had he brung Drew on the show. He had one where he brung Drew Brees there. We'll probably talk about that, man. We'll probably preview that one sometimes. Might be tomorrow or might play some of that prior to the Dallas matchup. The pregame, we'll probably play a little bit of that. But yeah, I love how he basically picked the Saints, man, to do it. And Gruden just broke it down. And he was fair about it. And he talked about it as well. But just like you've seen the breakdown with Mina, she did a good job of breaking it down too. So big ups to you guys here. Yeah, I'm going to play a little bit of that, fam. Because I like how Coach Chucky basically, he said who dat, he's like, he was kind of breaking it down, and he made his pick of who he said was going to win the game. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Hold on. Let me play a little bit of this of Coach Chucky right quick. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all can hear Coach Chucky, man. Here we go.
Some really good pass rushers. I really felt the Cowboys lost some talent on their D-line. They lost Armstrong and Fowler. They went over to Washington. And then in the preseason, Sammy Williams, a guy I really like, got hurt. He's not even out there. But they're vicious up front still, led by the great one, Parsons. But they also have this Lawrence guy, number 90. He's really good, man. And they have this guy, Odigizua. I love saying that name. Odigizua, number 97. He can give you heat up inside. And they got some newcomers. The Cowboys have done a great job with Will McClay, their general manager, drafting and developing and producing very good players in the process. This is going to be a heck of a matchup. Both quarterbacks against these experienced defensive systems in a big game. with two great kickers. But I know they both got a new attitude. I didn't sing that very well, but I got to make my pick. And partly out of loyalty, but really, I don't make picks out of loyalty. I base it on what I see. Who that, baby? Who that? Who that?
All right, shout out to Coach Chucky. All right, bro. Okay. I never see nobody do it like that, but all right. All right, let's hear it again. Let's hear it from Coach Gruden again, man. You know, Coach Gruden is I call him football crazy, but he's a good dude.
Not very well, but I got to make my pick. And partly out of loyalty, but really, I don't make picks out of loyalty. I base it on what I see. Who that, baby? Who that? Who that?
We got to work on that, though. All right, Coach Chucky. All right, Coach Chucky. I like the energy, man. I like the energy, Coach Chucky. I like that. All right, man. All right. All right. Big ups to y'all, man. Big ups to everybody, man. I see y'all, man. Uncle Deuce is in this thing as well. Tasha, what's up, Tasha? See Bama. Big ups to you. Yeah, I play this. Yeah, you got it, Jamaica, baby. You got it. You know I got that for you. J-Rock, big ups to you. All right, the brother Jerry, how you doing, sir? Says, thank God I'm not a Falcon. Big Q said the whole band where I can get flipped. Yes, indeed. Yeah, if you listen to that breakdown, man, we covered it all, man. We talked about Carolina. You know, we went all through the NFC South. We got this. Ramsey says, Q, if we beat the Cowgirls, could we really call it an upset? It's not. They're calling it an upset because a lot of people have placed the Cowboys above the Saints. And listen, the Cowboys, and I've said this all week about their team. I don't sit up here and say the Cowboys is junk and they garbage, because they're not. They got a lot of good players on that team. They got a lot of holes on that team too. They're not a perfect unit. They got good players. Parsons is phenomenal. Dak Prescott is solid. We talk about DeMarcus Lawrence. He's phenomenal. I know Parsons gets a lot of credit, but that dude is phenomenal in his own right. And they have players following. They got Overshawn that's really been doing his thing. He stepped up to it. Kendricks, the linebacker, was a good pickup. He was a guy, like I said, he came from Minnesota. He played with Zimmer. His defense up there. He's there now, being the intelligence of the head of what is the middle linebacker for Dallas side. So that was a solid acquisition. Some of their better cornerbacks are hurt. Some of their guys are hurt. I like Williams. I like Williams a lot. He's hurt. Bland, I think the guy's Bland. He's hurt. Is it Bland? I won't say the man is Bland. I know he's hurt, but they got a couple of players that's down. That is. So they have a solid team, man. They got good special teams, and it's going to be a good game. But all we get out of beating the Cowboys is we get what most teams get that beat these people that's in the same conference as these people. We just get the one up on them when we get to the playoffs. And if they get to the playoffs, in the order of it, we'll just have the tiebreaker. That's why it's an important game, because of the tiebreaker. I care not about beating the Dallas Cowboys, about any bragging rights or whatever the case may be, because like I've said this entire week, the Saints have played the Cowboys 14 times since 1998, and the Saints have won 10 of the 14 games. 10 of the 14 games. Because we don't play them every year. We play them every third year. Then there was that weird time a couple of years ago when they had them on our schedule back-to-back years. Y'all remember that? It's like, why are they on the schedule? They was trying to create something. But, we really don't see these guys, but maybe 2 to 3 years we'll see them play them. So since 98 to now, it was 14 times. Saints won 10 of those 14 matchups. So what will we get for that? It's just a one up on them in terms of having a tiebreaker when the playoffs are when the playoffs are in gear. That's all it is. To me, that's what it means. All right. Yeah, I did it. Yes. All right, we are gods. Big ups to you, man. Good to see you as well. Big ups to everybody, man. Thank y'all. Mick Swagger, thank you. He says Gruden made a point about the Cowboys rookie center and left tackle. We got to bring some pressure to them boys. Indeed, man. It's a good matchup of talent. There's no doubt about it. What's up, Throat Cutter? Big ups to my dog, Throat Cutter, man. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Hope everything good with you and the fam. Brother Gregory, shout out to you. Y'all know I always give a shout out to my people, man. Always got to give a shout out to the family members. Thank y'all for being here. Toy, big ups to you. Good to see you as well. Much love to everybody, man. If I missed you, give me a who dat and I give you a who dat back. All right, Divine Eternity, big ups to you. Brother DeWright, what's up, brother? What's up, my boy? Crusher, how you doing, fam? Much love to my brother Crusher in this thing as well. Big ups to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all time tonight, man. All right, Akban. There you go. Did you say? Okay. Akban is how you pronounce my name. What I said, bro. I say Achban, huh? I always see y'all gotta pardon me. Every now and again, every now and again, I might, kind of mess up a name every now and again. But Akban is it? I got it now. I got it forever now, baby. You don't have to worry about it. Thank you. Appreciate you for being here as well. Much love to you. And Brother Mocha's in this thing. Shout out to you, Brother Wallace. Big ups to you. Much love to everybody, man. Appreciate you. Ramsey, big ups to you. Excuse how he says, how come it seems like we play the Eagles every year? I think something with the ratings or whatever. Every now and again, they'll slip those teams in there on us when we kind of cycle through. They'll throw a team in there for ratings' sake. I want to say how they kind of put it together. I remember they broke that down some time ago. But the Eagles, they're trying to create something with the Eagles. But, like I said, man, the only reason why people have been down on the Saints from a media perspective or a national perspective is because of Dennis Allen. There is very little confidence in Dennis Allen as a head coach to take the Saints anywhere. That's really what it is. Dennis Allen is seen as aloof as a head coach. He's seen as aloof. He's seen as a coach that can't get it done. He's seen as a joke. So a lot of his reputation from the previous stop with the Raiders preceded him now. And then all of the little weird old off-code stuff he does from time to time, it really sours on people, and people don't like it. Like when he threw his team under the bus when he just could have shut his effing mouth. He didn't have to say anything at the end of the last season. Just weird stuff, man. Just little weird, stupid stuff that he needs to learn to be a head coach. And that's the issue. And we already done broke it down, fam. It ain't hard to break these people down. They're very transparent. Pattern recognition, fam. You know how I do it. Brother Greg 6Q, I've looked at the Cowboys linebacker unit. I believe that Carr and Kubiak can work the middle of the field. I see where we can exploit that. Who that? Thank you, bro. They're definitely exploitable. No disrespect. All right, Tasha, you can cut that out. Y'all already know. All right. No. Every now and again. Like every now and again, sometimes, I might run on a little bit on the show. Every now and again. I'm proud of myself, to be honest with you. Yesterday, I was an hour and 30 minutes. I was proud of myself. I got in there, got out of there. Pammy, I told someone as soon as I said what I said about I'm going to try not to hold y'all. I said that yesterday. I'm not saying that now. So I don't want Pammy to hit the button and start the clock. She'll let me know, Q, you're on the clock. I'm like, hey, I didn't say it tonight. But I was proud of myself yesterday. An hour and 30-something odd minutes. We was in there and we was gone. I was so happy. I was like, look at me. I'm getting better at that. But it's cool. But you know what? It's fun talking to the family members. And that's what the thing that I love. I love talking to the family members and, us just meeting and having fun together. That I enjoy that. So it's, at times difficult for me to pull myself away from talking to and building with the family. So, that's why it's, like that, but every now and again, baby, I might miss up a word every now and again, every now and again. All right. Pelicans Nola, Bishop, one love. Big ups to you. Good to see you as well. Much love to all y'all, man. Black Preacher, man. How you doing, sir? Good to see you in there. All right. We cutting up. Big ups to you. We cutting up. That's right. What's up, Kimberly? How you doing? She said, I think Shawn in both play. Okay. All right. I got you. All right, run the ball. Yeah. All right, at Dallas. That's exactly what we need to do right there. We need to run the ball at the pass rushers. You're right. All right, thanks. Thank you, Tasha. Appreciate you. There you go. I did real well. There you go. All right, Millie 2L. Shout out to you, fam. All right, Bishop, brother Bishop said he chilling right now. Bishop, brother Bishop, he chilling right now. He waiting to see what happened with Dallas. Then you're gonna hear Reverend Saint. He gonna talk to y'all after the Dallas matchup. You know, brother Charles says Dennis Allen is a coach that wants to be friends with other coaches and scared to beat the brakes off them. Yes, indeed, he doesn't want to, and that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, is that what's up, Marley Maul? Shout out to my boy Maul. That's the reality. That's the thing, that the cloud, if there is a cloud over the Saints of uncertainty, that's what it is. Why are the expectations of the Saints not up there with the perceived Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, who, by the way, lost Christian McCaffrey? The news came out that Christian McCaffrey could be placed on the IR list. That's very big for the 49ers because he's the featured back in their system. These are very interesting developments that I ain't gonna say just because of injury, but it's a long season. He could very well come back later on in the year. I don't know. But you've seen so far issues with the Green Bay Packers with Love, their quarterback, because they had Love as a guy that they really thought could take Green Bay to the second level this year. He got hurt in week 1. You've seen now Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers. They'll have to adjust their offense. He's hurt. So a much part of the long grind of getting from where we are now to the playoffs and ultimately into the Super Bowl really factors in the fact that we have to stay healthy as much as we can. That's a big part of it. Having a deep team that can absorb a lot of these injuries is very paramount as well. So we'll see how it all works, man. So like I said, there's a power 4 or 5 teams considered in the NFC. Why aren't the Saints mentioned in that? Is because of the Dennis Allen effect. The national media, they are aware of it. You are aware of it as well. But the team, if you go through the cloud of the team and look at the team itself, the team is a very good team with a lot of players that you can't stop. A lot of players that they don't know nothing about. We hear all these names about all these other people, but I'm telling you, we have guys here that are just as important and just as impactful of anybody else's people. Why not? Like I said, it's a big if, but if Dennis Allen stays out of the way, runs his defense, lets Kubiak run that offense, this is an experiment. We'll see where it goes. It's a long season. All right, brother Don, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you. Jermaine, shout out to you as well. Good to see everybody, man. If I didn't give you a shout out, give me a who dat, man, and I'll try to do it. What's up, Alex? Shout out to Alex. Can you too? You big ups to all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Uncle who dat? What's up, brother? So remember the Cowboys had a rookie left tackle and a rookie center starting on Sunday. So the Saints are not the only team with line problems that can be problems to exploit by defense. Indeed. Yeah, we are often overlooked because of that. You know, we've overlooked because it's the Dennis Allen. Very few people believe in Dennis Allen. That's the whole point of this thing is. And he's given them good reason to. So it's not just, they're just non-believers. Man, listen, man. Listen, bro. And here, you know, this is just a little game right quick before we jump into this stuff. If you, like I said, life experiences teach you a lot, right? Now you can have, and my mother is a terrific woman that is strong in her faith. I learned a lot of spiritual matters early on because my mother was deep in the church. My father was more of the scientific minded person. He calls himself an amateur astronomer. His hobby is astronomy. He has 30 plus telescopes. He used to buy them, but he became so smart he makes his own telescopes. You know, he learned how to develop pictures and all this kind of stuff, you know. So a lot of his analytical mind, I get the spiritual matters I get from my mother. So it's a very unique mix to have parents like this and that with those unique skill sets or, you know, that unique experience, life experience. And what I realize in life is like those are two different spectrums, right? You at some point, if you know how to sync them and put them together, because everything connects into everything else. It really does. It's a 360 effect. You just have to figure it out. And most of the times you can be told stuff, but depending on where you are in your intellectual maturity level, spiritually, because maturity just not has something to do with the physical aspect. It akins itself to mental, spiritual, physical. So if you're mature enough in those levels and somebody tell you some good game, it might shoot over your damn head. But depending on where you are, you will pick that right up and be able to apply it. So the reason why I'm saying that is because when you talk about like what the Dennis Allen effect is, people are creating a thought process of you based on the actions that you've given them, the things that you have done or not done, the things you've said and the things you haven't said. You see what I'm saying? People form an idea of who you are as a person. And over the last couple of years as a head coach, the opinion of Dennis Allen is not a very loving image. Let's say the least. He's a favoritist who plays these little screw games. He chides competition and says you got to compete for jobs. But when a guy wins the job, honestly, he doesn't get the job. He gets thrown back. Another guy that didn't deserve the job gets the job over him, and he gets to play the third string person or the emergency quarterback when he outright won the job. See, that's a contradiction. That kind of stuff is what I don't like, because don't sit up. That means you are a flipping hypocrite. Don't sit up here and tell people about competition and you don't even adhere to your own rules. That kind of stuff I do not like from Dennis Allen. So people just say, I don't like how he look because he look like a possum in the face. Okay, cool. He does look like a bit of a possum in the face. I ain't lying to you, do. But at the same time, I'm talking actions. And that's what people don't like, because that is an issue. I don't like that at all about Dennis Allen. And he does this, and I don't even know if he's aware or he's just a backstabby little jerk. I don't know. But you're not supposed to do that as a head coach. That's not a good thing to have. There don't appear anybody going to check him on it. Mickey Loomis is not going to check him on it. So anyway, that's some of the stuff that I talk about, man. That's reasons why a lot of people don't respect him at a level, because you thinking people can look past all of that. But that's a very big thing. That's a very big thing. We can't have that. And little stuff like that happens all the time with this character. So you would hope that's why a lot of people want to push him aside and just say, okay, allow Kubiak to run this offense, score points. You take care of the defense, shut your ass up, and don't say something too stupid. Don't ask questions like what a metaphor is. Just shut up. If you need to learn something, wait till you get off the stage and ask your smartphone, what does that mean? In the privacy of your home or in your office somewhere. Just please. All right, anyway, let's jump snap to it, man. Injury report for Friday night, man. 15 New Orleans Saints players were listed on the Friday injury report for team's Week 2 game against the Cowboys. Brian Bresee dealing with an illness. He did not play Friday and is listed as questionable. Currently, Brian Bresee is the starter on the Saints defensive line. So we'll have to monitor that. That is big. He's a starter and a key rotational piece for the Saints when Bink Saunders was healthy. Of course, we know Bink is not going to play in this game. He's out with the calf issue. Brian Bresee's dealing with an issue. He's not listed as out, just questionable, which is game time decision. Isaiah Foskey, the snowman, has a back issue. He's listed as questionable and was DNP'd for Friday. DeMarco Jackson, of course, he's out. No surprise there. Marshawn Lattimore did not practice the entire week and is listed not as doubtful or out. They don't even say doubtful no more, but as questionable, which means this is a game time decision. So if he's not out, perhaps it's just the fact that they played it precautionary and keeping Laddie Daddy out this week to not aggravate what's going on, but it'll be a game time decision, right? Tyrann Mathieu was all right from a heel issue. He went from not practicing to limited to fully practice. That's good news for the Saints. Good news for the Saints is Lucas Patrick, the starting guard for them, is limited. He'll play dealing with that toe issue. We know Bink Saunders is listed as out. Jalen Ford is questionable for the game. He was limited all throughout the practice, so we might see him there. Tali Fuaga did the opposite. This is one of the ones that you look at and you say, oh, anytime they go from limited to did not practice, and questionable, that's the ones that kind of make me kind of like, So that might be an issue. So Landon Young might be called into action because Tali's been dealing with that back issue. He had that before early on, but we'll see what happens there. But Landon Young might be the guy at the left tackle position for the Saints. Dalen Hawker, the tight end, the third string tight end, went from limited to fully practice. We'll see what the Saints do with him. Foster Monroe looking pretty good. He was concussed, but he went from limited to fully practice. Love how he played in the game. We'll see what happens with Foster Monroe and with Dalen Hawker there, we possibly could see him. A.T. Perry is good from the hand issue that he had. Nick Seldaveri calf issue is good to go as well. Rashid Shaheed is good. He went from fully practiced to limited with a finger and hip issue. I don't anticipate him missing this game. And Jamal Williams is all good. That's the Saints. Then we kind of move on to the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Cooks is good to go. Jake Ferguson is out. Their top tight end will not play in this matchup. He had a knee issue. He's doubtful for the matchup. I'm not out, but listed as doubtful. More than likely, he's probably not going to play in this contest. CJ Goodwin, fully practiced. Eddie Kendricks is good. Marshawn Needland is good. DeMarcus Lawrence, these guys are good. They just had rest days. John Stevenson, the backup tight end, is listed as out. So we'll see what goes on with Jake Ferguson. Keep an eye on Ferguson. You listen him as doubtful, which could be also, it's going to be a game time decision on him. We'll see what happens with Ferguson. He's a big part of offense, big tight end, red zone weapon that can block and catch. They got a good one with that guy. All right. So anyway, that's the Friday injury report, getting ready. The last injury report you'll get before we get ready for the action coming up. Now let's kind of move on to the next situation here as we look at with some of these guys out, who ultimately will be the men that replace them. This is the Saints unofficial depth chart straight from their website. We know with Tali Fuaga missing, you see the backup there for some of the family members say, well, who's going to pick him up if they can't play Tali? If he can't go, you see Landon Young is listed at his backup in terms of the Saints depth chart. Lucas Patrick is good to go. Nick Seldaveri is also good to go. So if Luke Patrick has an issue, Nick Seldaveri will probably fill in for him. You see Foster Monroe's there. Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill, Dalen Hawker, all those guys are there. We good to go. And of course, you take a look at the interior situation dealing with Brian Bresee with Kalen Saunders out. Bresee dealing with a game time decision. Christian Boyd and perhaps John Ridgway III is definitely going to see some action in this game. So we'll see what's going on there with those guys. And like I said, happily, you didn't see anything from Willie Gay in there. So Willie's good. DeMarco Jackson, special teamer, he'll be out. Anthony Orgy is awesome. Jalen Ford could play as well. We'll see. And like we've seen, Tyrann Mathieu is good to go. When Marshawn Lattimore, if he can't go, Kool-Aid McKinstry will be called upon to get in there and handle his business. So, we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, man, we'll see. And of course, let's kind of travel to the practice squad for a second and remind some of the family members, if they have to activate people this week, we'll see who they will activate. And like you said, Brian Bresee can't go, and there's an issue right there. We talked about John Ridgway III along with Christian Boyd, but this could be an issue where the Saints could reach to the practice squad, pull Kendall Vickers, the big 300-pound defensive tackle who had a pretty solid preseason and training camp, could bring him onto the team. We'll see what goes on there. If they need help at the cornerback position, Shamar Jean-Charles, who they brung back because they lost Kaliki Hudson to the Browns. They pulled him off the practice squad. He's available if they need to pull him in. And like I said, if they want to make a move safety-wise, Jonathan Abram and Ugo Amadi are also on the practice squad. So if the Saints need to make a few moves, these are some of the guys that are available and ready to get the call. Like I said, if you have tackle issues or whatever you have, if Landy can't go and Tolly can't go and Landon, so you might see Austin ridiculous. The big 6'5", 320 plus pound former LSU tackle. He might get the call. 3-year veteran might get the call. So we'll see what with Dennis Allen and the brass decide to do, if they indeed do anything, because there's always some moves that the team make when it goes in terms of that, right? All right, let's move to this one, man. This is the referee report. Who's going to be your damn referee in the game, and also, do we need to watch out for these referees? We always need to watch out for the referees, because a lot of times it's us beating. It's always us beating. Either we're beating the Cowboys or we have to beat the referees. Well, let's see who the referees. NFL assigns Shawn Smith the referee Week 2 Saints Cowboy matchup, right? NFL assigns Shawn Smith to referee Week 2 New Orleans Saints versus Cowboy game per Football Zebras. While they haven't seen him since 2021, the Saints are 3-0 in games with Smith on the field as a referee. That's good news. They also won a game in 2017 when Smith was working as an umpire. If you're curious, the Cowboys' record with Smith as a referee is 2-1. They went 1-1 in 2 games with him as an umpire. Smith has begun his NFL officiating career as an umpire from 2015 to 2017 before getting bumped up to referee in 2018. In Week 1, his crew ranked 6th in flags thrown with 17. With just 15 penalties stood, 7 on home team for 55 yards and 8 on the visitors for 50 yards. However, their 105 penalty yards assessed ranked 8th. New Orleans and Dallas were both 2 of the most penalized teams last week, so both squads must play with greater discipline in Week 2, especially along the offensive line. Smith's crew called more fouls for false starts, which were 4, and offensive holding 4 than anything else. But they were also vigilant for illegal blocks above the waist, which were 2. Those are the kind of self-inflicted wounds the Saints can't afford against a team with playoff ambitions like the Cowboys. So there you go. Thank you, Mr. John Sigler, for sharing this information with the Black and Gold family members. Shout out to him. All right. So anyway, yes. Yeah, we have to definitely look out for that. We don't need any issues with the referees. And we had 10 penalties last week. That's way too much. We didn't notice it because we were handling the business, right? But we'll see how the Saints do. And that's a big point of emphasis. Anytime you're not in your home, even if you're home, you want to play as clean as you can. But it's going to be noisy. So the Saints going to have to make sure they have that count together. They're going to have to, be on game. We got to watch out for issues with the snap. If it's a communication issue with McCoy and Carr, we got to watch out for that. We got those miscues, those pre-snap penalties must be cut down or severely limited. We don't need any problems. We need to have as close to a clean game as we possibly can, and that'll help us out. Let them make the mistakes. That's what I say. All right, before we get to Dennis Allen, man, let's get a few comments there. Who That Daddy says, we are well represented up here in Dallas. There are Who Dat flags flying everywhere. We are rolling up here. I'm going out to get motivated and hydrated. All right, my brother, be careful. And Saints travel, man. We travel. Ain't no doubt about that. All right. What's this name here? Angweez Baz, whatever that is, says if a rookie's guarding CD, that barbecue chicken and steak for CD. Sorry, not sorry. I hear you, fam. I hear you. All right, Wallace says, well, we got good backups. I feel good. Keep them boys rested for next week. We play Philadelphia. It's all good. Let's play ball. Yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Mad Drummer says, what are your thoughts on the Super Bowl halftime issue? Q. Oh, you talking about with Lil Wayne? I don't see it as an issue, man. I mean, that's Jay-Z running that, man. Rock Nation, that's his stuff. And they had like an all California thing. I think the last time, didn't they do like an all California thing? Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and all them dudes was doing that. And then it comes to New Orleans, and then you get, who is it? Kendrick Lamar. By all accounts, you would think that's what will go on, that they'll get Master P or Lil Wayne or the Hot Boys or somebody, not have Master P, but maybe a accommodative effort between the two. Maybe that would have been cool to see Baby and P and all them on the stage at the same time during the Super Bowl. That would have been fire. But in the end, I don't. It's not a big thing on my radar, bro. Yeah. Most of the time I get up and leave when the Super Bowl stuff is performed. I did watch the time where Rihanna was out there. Wasn't at the time she was way up there dancing and all that. I was like, yeah. And then the one where Usher did his thing, yeah, but some of the times, man, I get up and leave, man. I go out, go get me something to eat. I go, most of the time. So I don't know, brother. I mean, it's not high on my radar. All right, Quavatus says they're going to put a D-Bone CD and Kool-Aid on Cooks and keep Alante in the slot if they are small. Yeah, I don't think Alante moves from the slot, bro. You're right. Jermaine says, Q, are they playing in Dallas? Yes, they are. I will not be surprised of the calls they will give the Saints. Okay, Hemisphere, shout out to you. Appreciate you, sir. Michael, thank you for the super chat, bro. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you. Fuck too kind.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man, on that. Giovanni says Lil Wayne don't even rep NOLA. He's a cheesehead. And that's the point. If he's upset, I don't even know if he's doing any music or whatever. But then again, man, like I said, man, I don't know, man. It's a difference. These guys did their thing over time, and I guess there's levels to it, isn't it? And that's Jay-Z's call. Jay-Z got the power. He got the power to do it. Maybe they should start a company to rival his. Maybe they need to start a promotional company to rival his. Maybe they should do that. That way, if you don't like how they doing it, you have your own stuff you can compete at. I mean, the way I approach my mind works a little different. Like if you got something and they're not letting you in it, and they got something set up where you in it, they won't let you in it, they won't keep you outside. Just start your own stuff. You'll get twice or three times the people that person got, because I'm not one of these guys. I don't operate with an elitist mindset. I think no people have the right to be elitist. I really don't. I mean, that's like an idea that somebody else is better than somebody else. No, you're not. You eat the same way they do. You got blood in your veins, same as everybody else. And if you piss them off bad enough, them people that you think lead to come and knock you upside your head. So you ain't nothing. So it really, I despise that thought process. But I'm always the person like, if you mistreating my people or me, then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna support you. I'm gonna let you know how that feel. That's like what the civil rights people did back in the day, but they didn't take it to the next level. The next level was because they was trying to sell them to bus companies. They didn't want to buy the bus companies. They just said, okay, let us sit in the front. The next level was to buy the bus company. That was the next level. They stopped there. You see, don't stop there. You don't want that mistreatment, then own it or create competition. Like I said, they all started the same way. None of them started up here. Some of these companies are 100 years old. It took them 100 years to become what they are. And, if you got some people that got a good mindset and you don't like what they're doing, start your own stuff. That's how I look at it. The hell with that. If you don't like, because people got their own picks and chooses, and that's fine. Maybe he don't like Lil Wayne. Maybe he don't like his face. Maybe he got, maybe he don't like, he don't like it the way he does business, whatever the case may be. I don't know what happened, but one reason he had a choice, I go get this other guy because you ain't doing shit. That could have been right. You see what I'm saying? Let his ass go perform up there at the Green Bay halftime. Let him do that. All right, Uncle Who that says grew up in Lake Charles. It was half and half Saints and Cowboys fans. My brother-in-law is a big Cowboy fan, so we got some trash talking going on. Okay, shout out to you, brother, who that right there in Lake Charles. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, man, that are Cowboys people in Louisiana, I've asked people, and it's a lot of people, and they said because when they were growing up, they watched a lot of the Cowboys games, and they had success, and they were always winning. Well, at the time, the Saints were the exact opposite. They were always losing and losing stupidly, clownishly, and people don't want to attach themselves to a losing, joke of a team that hadn't done anything at that time. So they attach themselves to what they perceived as success. That's how you got a lot of these Cowboys people. That's how it happened. That's why I don't be mad at the Cowboy people. How can you be mad at somebody that want to attach themselves to a winner? Who want to attach themselves to a loser? Nobody want to do that. You got it. And that's something like people, a lot of time in relationship, people attach themselves to cute losers. What good is that? You got to be able to, I ain't gonna even get into that game, baby. Baby, we're gonna I'm gonna do a show talking like Reverend Saint the whole damn show. Hey, baby, listen, baby, let me talk to y'all. Baby, understand. Hear me. Baby, let me tell you, baby, in life, baby, at times, baby, listen, you can't, baby, if you want a good man, baby, don't be showing off all your ass, baby. Listen, I'm just telling you, baby, our young women out there, baby, no, baby, how could you ask a man, baby, to respect your mind while all you showing off is your backside, baby? Let me tell you something, baby. Baby, he gonna look at the bottom, baby. He ain't studying the top, baby, because you're advertising the bottom, baby. Baby, what are we talking about, baby? See, that's the game. That's how I would hit with the Reverend Saint. That's the Reverend Saint trying to talk about relationships. Baby, listen, baby, you talking about you want them to respect your mind, baby, but you got half your ass out, baby. How that work, baby? Baby, I'm telling you, that ain't gonna work. Yes, Reverend Saint. Talk to him, Reverend Saint. Talk to him. Tell him they may not know. Reverend Saint, educate them. All right, what's up, Trey? LW. He said, what do you think about the Tua situation? Very tragic, man. I seen that, man. They need to sit that man down before something drastic happened to that man, bro. The Tua, that's very bad. That Tua situation, that was horrible looking, man. But yet the NFL is supposed to be all about safety. How is he still out there, man, with all the concussions that kid done had, man? Sit that man down somewhere, bro. Enough is enough. All right. DeVoe says they move CD up and down the line of scrimmage anyway, so having Lattimore in this game isn't a big loss. Going to have to be a team effort regardless. Indeed. And we still don't have all of the information. It could be a game time decision. He might play. We don't know how it's going to play. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of holding it close to the vest on that. We'll see. Yeah. He says Q got the Jay-Z thank you plan. Yeah, you notice I got Jay-Z playing and not no Lil Wayne playing. Yeah, he ain't no Saints person. Go get that shit to Green Bay. Yeah, I like you talking all that Green Bay. What? Green Bay? Are you kidding me? Did Green Bay the ones made your career high? Did Green Bay was buying your shit in the beginning? It's the same like Drake with all this stuff that's going on with these people. Drake wasn't popping in Canada. He had to come to America to get popping, man. Now they buying this shit up there now because it was the people down here, Lil Wayne and all them made him into something, man. You ain't make it up there. You had to come here to make it. They forget all that because they get that ego. They forget. It ain't fault for people to remind their ass, though. I'll tell you one thing. All right. Well, what's up? What's up, Tate? She said, what up, Q? Dropping the light. Game day is upon us. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Queen. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, Jamaica, you like that, huh? Yeah. That'd be fire. We do a whole show. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm saying, baby. It's because people need to hear that, man. A lot of these people, man, let me tell you something. They don't know. Them people don't know. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're right. I got think. Yeah, listen.
Thank you.
Ain't no Lil Wayne on that shit. Hey, I don't mess with no Lil Wayne, man. That dude, that Green Bay Packer, man. Get your ass out of here. All right. I like Currency. Currency is good people, man. A long time ago, I did a song with Currency. He good people. He a diehard, but that other dude must have fell on his head or something. I don't know. Jermaine says, Q, I have a friend, a Cowboy fan. He said his dad made him watch the Cowboys when he was young. That's why he's a Cowboy fan. Yeah, it's like family type stuff. You know, your father introduced you to it. That's why I ain't mad, man, at them, because a lot of people don't want to be attached to losing. And at the time, that's what the Saints were looked at as clowns, buffoons. You know, and who wants to be, attaching themselves to the Three Stooges football team? They didn't want to do that. So, you know, I get it. I get it to a degree. Tragic says, I wouldn't be surprised if Wayne is a question feature for the show. They're making a lot of stink about it. They are making a lot of stink about it. Like I said, bro, that you got to be in a power position, and he's still operating. Well, obviously Jay-Z is operating at a much higher level. If you send up him mad about the decisions that another man made, and the fact is, well, you need to get up off your ass and do something different. You might want to get in a power position where you can, if not compete with him with the NFL and see if you can get the contract away so you can run it. Maybe you need to put that shit down you smoking all the time and be about your business and stop complaining about what another man is doing that's affecting you like that. Just do something different. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'll handle. I'm just saying, fam, listen, that's how I would handle it. I'm just saying, however he handles his own, and put that shit down and go be about your business. That's all I'm saying. He said, oh, cool. I ain't the guy. Oh, that's straight. That's cool. Go call your people and y'all put something together and be his competitor. That's all. Yeah. All right. KK said, what's up, KK? Where you at, girl? All right, but anyway, man, look, shout out to you. What's up, Si says, what's your rap name, Big Q? I ain't gonna tell y'all that, man. That was a long time ago, fam. I did some stuff. I told y'all I've been around, fam. I've been around. I've been around. I can't let you know that right now, baby. But in time, baby. Yeah, baby. All right, big ups to y'all, man. I'm just messing around with y'all. But yeah, that long time ago, fam. I've been around the block, fam. Your boy done wrote books. Your boy done had stores. Man, I done had a very interesting life. I really have. And I'm 47. So I did a lot of things, man. One of the most proud things I did was I became a dad, man. That was really cool. To have two sons that that's really cool, man. All right. Yeah. Who That Record says it's on YouTube. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. We're gonna talk about it though. All right, Bobbin says we in the building. All right, we're gonna talk about it though, bro. Because I actually was thinking about doing something, man. Or we was gonna put together like a Who That compilation. That's something I was working on doing, like a bunch of songs to get you bucked for game day for the black and gold, man. So that was something that we were working on last year. And I'm still working on that. I'm gonna put it all together, man. Uncle Who That says I really fat fingered that last posting. You did all right, brother. You did okay, brother. I got big hands too, brother. That auto correction really screw with me, man. What you gonna do with big old hands, brother? And you point, man. Boy, your finger look like a dagger, man. And I'm like, man, don't be mad, bro. I got big hands too. Yeah, he says no limit in old cash money. Indeed. Bobby says Q. The game will be at a neutral. Will be a neutral site. You talking about the Dallas game? No, the Dallas game is going to be in Jerry's world. All right. No, it says Lil Q back then, Big Q today. Yeah. All right, I need to hear you in the Currency. Yeah, the Currency song was dope, man. Suede was on there. Black Suede was on there. He did the hook for the Currency cut. It was a long time ago we did that. I did songs with Fifth Ward Weeby, Currency. Man, Suede had songs back in the day. It was a lot of stuff, man. We did a lot of music back in the day. XO Suede, he'll tell you. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's see. Tragic says the halftime is also a promotion for the artist, and it took $2 million to perform for the half. Oh, yes, indeed. That's why I say, man, I don't really get on that, man. We'll see what goes on, man. All right, Cartel says Q, you gotta get on. What he says, FT, TJ, you heard me. That'll be tough. FT, TJ, who's FT, TJ? Who's that? That's a rapper or something. I don't know who that is, bro. Who's that? All right, I forgot what Suede called you a while ago on the stream, but he had me crying. Yeah, Suede's stupid, man. Yeah, that's my dog. All right, shout out to Toy. Thank you, Toy, man, for being a new member of the stream. Thank you.
Thank you. You're fuck too kind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah. You notice that ain't no Lil Wayne on there, so we all good. That's all good. It's a Saint stream. You know what I'm playing him for? If I ran a Packer stream, then I'd put his ass up there. Anyway, let's get ready, man. Let's hear from Dennis Allen for a few minutes, then we'll listen to Carl Granderson. Here's DA. Y'all put one in the chat.
It's amazing. We have a hurricane one day. The next couple of days are all sunshine and beautiful. So, look, we got a great challenge going up to Dallas, playing against a really good football team. I've said this already. I mean, I think they're really talented. I think they're very well coached in all three phases. So it's certainly a tough challenge for us, and yet one that we're excited about the opportunity. So we look forward to it, and we'll embrace the opportunity.
What is it about the way they start games? It looks like they score more points in the first quarter than anyone, especially at home. Like, what's that? I don't know. What's that say about their approach?
Well, it just tells me that they come into games prepared. I think their coaching staff does a really good job of getting them prepared to play the game. And they execute at a high level, So I don't think it's anything that's like, unique in terms of like running exotic plays or anything like that. I think they give you some different looks in all three phases. But I think it really just comes down to, they got a good plan and they come out and they execute.
Is the way they move CeeDee Lamb around unique? Just with the way other teams kind of treat their top receivers and the way they kind of, outside, inside, backfield.
Yeah. And look, and I would say it's probably not unique to them. I mean, I think, some teams do it more than others in terms of just moving their guys around. I think they do a good job of putting him in positions to feature him, putting him in positions to get him the ball. You certainly can see that on the tape, how they're, game planning touches for him. And so, look, we'll have to see how they're using them, where they're putting them, and, how we can counteract that.
What keeps you confident about your offensive line if you do have to move pieces around or replace pieces?
Well, look, I mean, I think they had a really good camp and they had great preparation throughout the week. All of our guys have, and I think we got a good plan. Now we just got to go out and execute it. So I feel confident with our guys. I think we got good players. I think they've been coached really well, and let them go play.
How does the kind of veteran presence? I mean, it's a little bit more of a veteran depth than we've seen with typical offensive lines. How much does that factor in?
Well, look, I mean, it's usually one way or the other, right? Like you're got a lot of veterans on the starting unit, and you got some young guys backing them up, or sometimes it might be that vice versa. So, but look, I think having veteran presence on the offensive line, guys that have played in this league, it makes it easier for them to just go in and step in and play.
What can you share about what happened with Blaga this week? If not,
just a little pack tightness, like not a whole lot different than what he dealt with in training camp. So, look, I feel good about him, but we'll see how he is the next couple of days.
And yeah, I mean, when was training camp the first time that was ever an issue with him that you know of?
Yeah, look, to my knowledge, because I asked the same question, it wasn't something that he really dealt with throughout the course of college. It's not like this is, Willie Gay had kind of the same thing earlier in the year, a little bit of back tightness. So I don't anticipate it being a big deal, but we'll see.
Harder to decide whether to play him when he's
Yeah, I think that's always a challenge. I'd say this about him: I think he's a little bit more mature than most rookies. Just in terms of his where he's at mentally, where he came in mentally from knowing the game of football, how to play. Obviously there's certain things in the game plan that you gotta learn. But he's been in meetings. He was limited in practice on Wednesday, so he's really missed the last 2 days. We'll see where he's at tomorrow, but I feel pretty good about it.
when you watch Dak on film, how much have you maybe seen him grow over the years?
Yeah, look, I mean, I've watched a lot of tape on him, not just this week, but over the course of his career, and I just see him getting better and better every year. I think his poise in the pocket is outstanding. His accuracy under duress is pretty unique. So I just see a guy that's continued to grow. He's certainly got command of the offense. You see a very confident player. And he's played at a high level, so he should be confident.
How did the team kind of handle the challenging aspect this week of our game?
Yeah, great. I don't see that as any distraction at all. I think our guys handled it well. We really didn't change up a lot, other than we moved up the schedule on Wednesday and added a little bit more meeting time on Thursday. So I don't feel like that was really much of a factor.
And yeah, Dallas has won a lot of games at home. Just something that sort of makes that stadium a little different, was a combination of that and talent.
Look, I don't know. I mean, I've been there a couple of times. They got a big scoreboard, big screen up there, so that makes it different. But yeah, I don't know what I think what makes it unique or positive is, like a lot of stadiums, when your team goes and plays well and performs well, then it can be a loud, noisy environment. So we've got to go try to, execute, perform at a high level, and maybe limit the amount that those guys, the crowd or whatever, can be a factor.
Did you foresee your costume today?
Yeah, Brzee with an illness, and Foskey, I think it was a little back tightness.
Can you say about Will Harris's level of buy-in so far, and just his veteran presence and familiarity?
His buy-in's been outstanding. He's picking up the scheme, which, with him coming from Detroit and being with AG there in Detroit, I think he had a little bit of familiarity with, what we were doing. So I think that made the transition a little bit easier. Kind of the way that they teach there, and the culture that they're building there in Detroit, not too dissimilar from what we try to do here. So I think that all made the transition good. Look, he's a smart player. He works hard. It's important to him, and I think when you got some ability and you're smart, you're willing to work at it. I think usually that's a recipe for some success.
And I know we'll find out at 3 o'clock. Yeah, Fuaga questionable.
Yes.
Will you also go as long as you can on a Lattimore decision?
Yeah.
Like he would. I guess you have to decide with some of these.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I think that. Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to decide whether a guy's going to make the trip or not. But I mean, my plan is Lattimore's on the trip. We'll see where he's at on game day, and if we feel like he's appropriate to play, then he'll be out there.
All right, there it is. They bringing Lattimore on the trip, and it's a game. Like we said, all these are game time decisions. Tali Fuaga, Lattimore, those are two of the big calls for the Saints there. And if the guys can't go, man, we'll just have to step the next guy up. I'm more concerned with the Saints keeping that, that business-like approach, not letting it get too unprofessional, too cocky. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we're not winning any Super Bowls if we beat the Dallas Cowboys, man. This is a week 2 matchup, basically just to get an opportunity to have a one-up on them. If they make the playoffs, the Saints make the playoffs, they make the playoffs, and that means we just got the tiebreaker. It's not let's keep it into perspective. It doesn't give us anything. And then if the media say, oh man, they beat the Dallas Cowboys, well, so what? Who cares? Right now, most of them picking the Cowboys to win the matchup. they talk the Saints up, but then they're not brave enough to say, okay, we're going with the Saints. They say, no, they do the safe pick. They go with the Cowboys. And, that's fine, man. That's why I don't really care about what they do. In many cases, I just show them when they talk shit about us. And, just to show you how flim-flam they are, how they move around on you. But in the end, man, we don't win anything except for a tiebreaker on these people. So I like the business type approach the Saints had in week 1. We need that level of professionalism to happen in week number 2. I expect them to beat the hell out of them like that. But, I want the Saints to be able to listen. We could play with these people. We have talent as well. It's not just Parsons and Lawrence and all these guys running around here and CeeDee Lamb and Dak. Saints have talent too. And I would dare say some of those guys, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys could be able to stop them guys, man. And especially how, we breaking the film down. I was looking at how stuff was, and you got Brian Baldinger. He was putting out some stuff on Twitter. Baldinger loves the Saints offense. Baldy was up there breaking down and showing the runs and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, because most of those defense struggle against that style of running attack because it's you don't know. A lot of the defense's work is done to a degree by seeing what you're in. But if you're not giving them anything to preview, then they'll have to obviously react after the ball snap and say, okay, they'll just have to be very fast in their reaction ability. If you're that disciplined, but that's the idea that Clint Kubiak has. That's why it makes the system so outstanding, because you can't read it like that. And it forces the defense to show you what they're going to do. So if you have an intelligent quarterback, he can be able to do what he wants to do against this team. You can look at them and see what they're about to do and go from there. Like, you moving guys around, you sending guys into motion, you seeing how the defense is reading your motions and all this kind of stuff. And they'll have some plays there, but at the end of the day, I still think the Saints can have big plays against the Dallas Cowboys defense. I think our guys can get after them. Guys like this, Carl Granderson, who a lot of people don't know about. But this guy is going to eat too. Like, you have Parsons, you have DeMarcus Lawrence, you have Granderson and Chase Young, who were constantly putting pressure on the quarterback last week, and that won't stop. Let's hear from Carl Granderson.
Face another really good offense. Just what do you see from them offensively, and especially how they can protect the quarterback?
I see a lot right now. So last week, they got a big win. They started off fast, and their offense is energized, and they're coming out to play. So our defense, we just got to match or be better than their intensity, and then dominate.
How important is it for you guys to get the pressures? You didn't get the sacks last week, but you did get the pressure. You did force the turnovers, but the pressures can be as valuable as sacks sometimes.
Yeah, it starts off with our mindset. We hungry right now. We having fun. We got a little swagger to us. So we going into this game hungry with a swagger to dominate their offense. So it started up front, and then everything else going to take care of itself.
How important is it to establish the consistency? You hold one team to 10 points. You don't want to blow up the next week and give up 35.
Yeah, we just focus on doing our job. Everybody got a job on the field. As you can see, they scored one touchdown. One missed assignment is a big play. So going into this game, we've been practicing all week, working hard, and focusing on our assignment and execution so we can go out there and dominate.
How do you guys manage to keep Prescott in the pocket?
Yeah, we just manage to keep them first. We got to stop the run, and then everything else going to take care of itself. We got some good guys up front, me, Shep, we got Brazil, Cam Jordan, Chase Young. So we got some guys that could get after it. So we just got to work together as a team, and everything else going to take care of itself.
How hard is it to speed up somebody that has as much poise as Dak does in his decision-making?
He's a good quarterback. We're going to start off right there. You got to give credit where credit due at. Good quarterback, been around for a long time. So, he knows his game plan really well. So we got to know our stuff too. So it's going to be hard, but like I said, we got to just go out there with the mindset to stop the run and then just keep them in the pocket and then put some pressure on them.
And you keep mentioning stop the run. You guys small sample size in the season opener, but you did stop the run. How improved are you guys against the run this year?
Yeah, I think it's just start off with our mindset overall. Wanting to stop the run and in a light box, heavy box, whatever. So our mindset is strong right now, and we playing together as a defense, and we going after it.
You guys,
it's good.
Got to give Carl Granderson. Got to give him an applause on that one. Got to give Carl Granderson an applause on that one, man, because he talking the right stuff. He talk about how the energy's playing. And remember, the pressure's not on the Saints to win this game. It's on the Cowboys. The Cowboys are seen as the top team. Saints seen as the underdog. So the Cowboys have the pressure on them. The pressure falls on Dak and CeeDee Lamb and all these other guys. Pressure's on them. We come into your building playing very good in week 1. And I heard Stephen A. Smith says, well, you played a college team, whatever he called the Carolina Panthers. Like, dude, cut it out, man. Not every team in the NFL is a juggernaut. Not every team in any given Sunday, I guarantee you, over the next 6 weeks, Carolina going to be the team that they're not supposed to be because people are going to overlook them because if you were a professional athlete or a former professional athlete, that if you boxed or if you played football or basketball or any other competitive sport, you know that you don't underestimate nobody. You don't underestimate anybody. That's how that goes. You don't do it because you get beat doing that. It's still a professional league. Them guys didn't bring it, but I guarantee you they're going to do whatever they need to do the next time around to make sure they get whatever they need to get the proper outcome. So, I mean, you don't underestimate nobody. Pressure falls on those people. So anyway, let's move on because this will be the guy right here. This is Landon Young. Let's hear what he had to say because he could possibly be filling in for Tali Fuaga. Let's hear what Landon Young said.
That's where you got to go, and that's what we practice all through OTAs, through camp. I played a lot of different positions, and I just got to prepare myself for wherever they see fit that I need to go in.
How difficult is it to start the week at left guard and move over to left tackle? How many reps do you feel like you need to be ready?
Yeah, it definitely it has its challenges. It's a little easier to go outside to inside than inside to outside, of course, but you definitely want to try to get as many reps as you can at the position that you think you're going to be playing or possibly playing. But again, at the end of the week, you don't know, and you can get thrown in at any time, anywhere. So you definitely try to get the majority of that week at the position that you're going to play, but things happen.
What's the most difficult part about that?
It's a lot of adjusting to different players. On the edge, you got a lot of guys that are a little smaller bodies, but a lot faster, a lot more agile. Inside, you get a lot bigger guys, a lot stronger guys. It deals with different angles, different reps, there's a lot of different things, and then scheme-wise too. You're working with a whole different group of guys that maybe you're not used to working with or don't work with as much. So it's kind of finding those nuances that the guy next to you does that you can help or that they may not do that you need to make up slack for. So it's definitely interesting trying to work out the dynamic between guys too.
When facing Dallas, the first person that comes up is Micah Parsons. What is the thing maybe that you have to look for the most when going against a talented rusher like that?
Man, he's a good player. He's a really good player. He has all the attributes of what you want as an edge rusher, and so you got to kind of scheme him up. You got to be able to make sure that you're studying film, seeing what his rush patterns are, what his third down patterns are, what his first and second down patterns, what he does in the run game. But it's a lot of studying and it's a lot of game plan.
Yeah, we've seen you like a lot at tackle here and not as much at guard. But it's kind of how have you been able to manage that transition to playing both?
Yeah, it's been interesting. So actually last season, right before preseason, I actually got my first snaps at guard, and like I said, I've never played guard in my career until I got to the NFL, and so it's been interesting. It's been fun, but it actually went a little smoother than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be like a fish out of water in there, but it actually felt pretty good, felt a little more natural, and it's a lot easier staying on one side, of course, than switching sides, but so going from left tackle, left guard makes it a lot more easier.
Is it a huge technique difference, or is it more just like the different types of players you're going up against on the interior?
The big one is types of players, but there is definitely definite technique differences. So, like, for instance, on your passing downs, you're looking for like twist pickups and snapping a guy out rather than maybe walling a guy down to the guard and passing him off, or having those edge rushers that, you know, can play out in a 12 technique or wide 9 and be able to rush straight upfield. You got a little more condensed space there to fight those guys.
And for you personally, was just to get the opportunity to show you can play both. What does that mean for you?
Absolutely, that's huge, and that's what I wanted. You know, they talked to me about guard before the season, and I said, you know, anywhere you need me to be, I'll be, coach. And so it's been good that I've been able to get film at 4 different positions in the preseason. I was able to go ahead and in week 1 play half a game at guard, so be able to showcase that, you know, if you need to put me there, I'll be there for it.
Did you have a chance in that touchdown ended up going to Foster?
there was definitely a possible chance there.
No, I'm saying, would you have gotten that if the ball would have come your way?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. All right, shout out to Landon Young, man. Landon Young is in the last year of his rookie contract, and yes, indeed, they picked Landon Young. I think he was a 5th-round selection out of the University of Kentucky. The Saints picked him up, and this is probably the best version you're going to get because he's been here in a while. And like you talk about the scheme here, all of the offensive linemen, when they asked him about how the scheme was in terms of Clint Kubiak, they all love it. They all had glowing commentary for the scheme, because what it does do, it allows offensive linemen to do what they do best, which is the run block. And I heard John Gruden he basically compared Parsons to Lawrence Taylor. He said he hadn't seen a player as you know, like that in the last 10 years. I think he used that time frame. You know, he compared him, he kind of compared him to Lawrence Taylor. Now, if you watch Parsons on film, he's everywhere. He's phenomenal. He's nonstop. But he does have weak points. And usually with some, and this is just rule of thumb, that if you're the New Orleans Saints, you're going to want to run more than you throw at the Dallas Cowboys. This is just what it is, right? You're going to have to run more than you throw. And you're going to have to run at Parsons. That's what you do. I mean, Parsons is phenomenal, but he's still undersized to play that other position. You run at him. You got to run at him. That's how you neutralize all that. You run at them and see what they can do. See if they're intelligent. They got a small defense, but see if they can do something with what we got here. Let's throw a few new wrinkles at them. Let me give you a little hit from Elvin Kamara, and let me mix in a little Taysom Hill here. Just like the man we played with, Mina. Shout out to Mina, her podcast. She had the brother on there. He was breaking it down, talking about all of the things that he's seen happen, that he basically liked about the Saints offense, how they had all what he called positionless football. You had guys like Rashid Shaheed, who's a wide receiver, who's very confusing. Like, he used to have that wide receiver number. He changed to 22, which is a running back number, you know, offensively speaking. But he's lined up like a wide receiver. But you could see plays where you see him lined up in the backfield. You see what I'm saying? And the Alvin Kamara could be, and that's what I'm saying about the imagination. We talked about this all off season. Like, if you have an offensive coordinator with the proper imagination, he can do wonders with these guys, because these guys are not just good at one position. They can do a number of things very well. Like Taysom Hill's he's a big example of that. Alvin Kamara doesn't have to leave the field. Alvin Kamara can be decoyed as a wideout. You know, they have guys that are mismatch nightmares. I've been using that term, MMNs, mismatch nightmares. The Saints have several of them on their offense. And any defense, I don't care how good you are going to be paying attention to these mismatch nightmares. You're going to try to throw everything at them as you can. And then while you're trying to do that, Jawan Johnson is killing you. Foster Monroe is killing you. But you focused on AK-41. You focused on Taysom Hill. Don't we know this? I was saying, I was like, these option one, these mismatch nightmare players, the defense is going to focus on stopping them, because they think by stopping them, you stop the Saints. The Saints were using Juwan, the tight ends was catching touchdowns last week, weren't they? Foster Monroe was out there blocking, catching passes. Juwan Johnson was out there blocking, catching passes, and each of them had a touchdown. Juwan had a partial block punt. And Foster Monroe had his best game I ever seen as a Saint in the last couple of years he's been here. So that's what I'm saying. That's what happened when you have mismatched nightmares. A good offensive coordinator know why you focusing on these guys. This guy going to kill you. This other guy is going to kill you. You can't gain. I don't care how good your defense is. You can't stop everything that we have. You can't do it. So, that's what I'm saying. You got one or two, you got 3 or 4 or 5 guys there who are doing some role, but hey, man, you ain't meeting no team to have somebody with all these people running around here. You name me a team. It can't be that many of them. They got all the players that we have, and then you matching up with this guy thinking, oh, we stop them. We can do man, it's a difference between the Cleveland Brown offense and the New Orleans Saints offense. It's a big damn difference. Big damn difference. Than what Kevin Stefanski's running in Cleveland versus what's going on down here. You can have a scheme all you want. Scheme don't mean nothing if you don't have the players to operate the scheme to make it hit like it's supposed to. Just watch how 49ers look without Christian McCaffrey, the centerpiece of that. They're going to scheme around it, but I'm telling you, man, there's not too many teams that you can look at and say, hey, man, we're going to do something with that. It's too many people that are mismatched nightmares that you're going to have problems lining up against. You're not going to just say, we're going to take Alvin Kamara out of the game. We're going to take Taysom out of it. Are you crazy? All they had to do, you got to find him first. He's going to be lined up in the backfield. The next moment, he lined up like a wide receiver, whether in the slot or over here. And then you might see all 3 or 4 of them on the field at the same damn time. How you going to stop that? They don't know what to do. They're going to be looking, oh, what the hell going on, man? Work like attitude, bro. Work like attitude, man. Work like attitude. That's all it is. All right. Kelv says, Q, those of us that played at a high level, and he says played at high level and I love the game. No, you don't underestimate nobody. Steven rode the bench, everything he played. So I don't think he knows what it feels of underdogs are in the sport. I don't think that man played sports at all, bro. That whole college thing was a lie. I think they crafted that together because the story changed. Even that fat bastard, what's his name? That's on Fox that say a lot of crazy, reckless stuff all the time. But that guy, even I had to give him credit because he put out a combined video, like a montage of the things he was saying, and the guy kept changing the story. First he played this game, then he turns out, I didn't play any games. I think that dude never played any games, because even when he got all those players up there and put them there and all this kind of stuff, he was taller than all of the basketball players. And I'm like, man, no. The dude, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe nothing Stephen A. Smith says from his past that he played. I really don't. I think the dude got some suspect stuff going on. I'm just keep it a buck with you. That's how they don't. Is plastic culture. Of course, the plastic culture going to bring the plastic people to thrive in the plastic culture. They don't want nothing that's real or close to real. They want controlled mouthpieces, guys that operate off of teleprompters, that know how to read a script and that can be trusted to read a script. That's what they want. And then they'll have little groups. They'll have little blue lodges for some of my people that might know what that is. And that's how they'll test you to see if you can go through that. And if you are worthy, then we'll give you a little bit more. And I'm like, dude, dog, the books are out there. Everything you want to know is in the books. You can go to the library and buy it. That information is out there. It's not like you can't find it. That information is out there. And then if you really want it, man, you can get it. You can meditate and get all the information you need from your ancestors. That's what this is. All of this here, the genes and genetics, all that is just information. It ain't about information that tell you how tall you're going to be or what color your eyes is or your hair color and all this kind of stuff. It is a culmination of generations of your ancestors from your parents on back, all through you, all of their experiences, all of their information, all of their knowledge is in you. You're a walking library unto yourself. People say, I got to go out to find who I am. They never say go in. You're supposed to go in. There is nothing out there for you. Everything you need is here. The connections of everything you is here, but you were taught that you're not valid unless you go over to this school and get this piece of paperwork. Now you're important. Now you are this person. And no disrespect to my people that have that, but that's how we've been programmed. But a lot of what they said it's not true. This is real. That's how a lot of stuff you will find out if you just prayed and asked the Most High to give you what you need to know, and you'll be blessed with it. If you're worthy to get it, He'll get it to you. But like I said, be careful what you ask for, because you will get it. So be very mindful of that. Because I asked for that when I was 16 or whatever old age I was, and the Most High said, "Okay, here you go." And I've been on a mission ever since to figure it out. But you be careful. It'll happen to you too. You'll get the information. You will get it. All right. But anyway, Dr. Drew says they cutting up in the, you're talking about, during the game. Yeah. I do the interview. Yeah. Tiger Fist says, I remember when the Niners and Garoppolo won the NFC title game in 2018 with only 8. I said 8 pass attempts the whole game. The zone run scheme is mean. Indeed, bro. Good comparison, bro. Good game. Who that record says Parson on the pass rush is good, but not the running game, bro. That's what I'm saying. Is you watch the tape, you watch the film. You supposed to run at guys like that. And listen, Parson, as good as he is, he's still undersized. He's an undersized defensive end. He's really supposed to be a linebacker that they just put over there to create a spark. Let's lay hands on him in the saintly way and removed him from thy premises. Let's put hands on him in a saintly way and remove him from thy premises. Let's escort Mr. Parsons from the line of scrimmage repeatedly in this game on Sunday, shall we? All right, 504 said Jamal had 1 touchdown in 17. And indeed, yes, 504. Yeah, I had to clap for that, man. When I seen him do that and he slammed the ball, he was so happy. It took him all of last year to the final play of last year for him to get a touchdown. And the crazy part, he had 17 of them the year before that, and he got one on the last play of the last regular season game of the year, and he gets one on the first game of the year. I was so happy for Jamal Williams, man. It's gonna be more. More is on the way. What's up, T Dirty? How you doing, sir? Much love. Giovanni, shout out to you, says Cowboys' biggest crink is the running game. Okay, there you go. J Rock. It says there's a narrative out there that Zimmer has a lot of success against the Kubiak Shanahan offense. How true is that? I don't know if he has some experience because, they've been on the same team before. The families know each other. So it's a system that both people do know about with Zimmer, because Zimmer is 68 years old. He's been around a while. He was a coach in the former, a couple of times. I want to say Zimmer was with Minnesota. I know for Minnesota what was he with the Bengals? I think he was a defensive coordinator with the Bengals. I don't remember, but he's been around for a long time. And when you got guys that's like that's as old as him that's been like that, they have a pretty good feel on how things work. But like I said, Kubiak's offense, Shanahan's offense, man, is very difficult to stop. Now, you might be around and you might know what you need to do to stop it, but at the same time, he's not out there playing. Those guys have to figure that out. They have to figure out what they need to do to stop the Saints version of that Kyle Shanahan, Gary Kubiak system. They have to figure that out. And something tell me Clint Kubiak, how young he is, he has a broad imagination. He ain't no old-timey guy. He's a young dude that's smart, that knows, has a feel for today's game. And he would be a coach similar to the guy in Miami. He'll be a coach similar to some of these other young coaches that you see doing really solid things. Like you had the guy in Green Bay. It's a couple of them out here that are young coaches that know the offense and know what they need to do, have a good system. They got a good idea on it. And the thing that makes Clint Kubiak so unique is the fact that he's just not some acolyte like you had Pete Carmichael with Sean Payton. That's the guy's son. That's his son. So of course he's going to give his son all of the game. He going to tell him all of the game. He going to share with him all of the game. So, expect more wrinkles in that offense. So whatever Zimmer's teaching his defense, they're going to have to pick that up on the field and figure that out. They're going to have to read and react very fast because the Saints offense, if I'm understanding how Clint Kubiak's perspective is, they're not going to give them too much to read on. They're going to have to be in constant reaction to what the Saints are doing. And like I said, they move Taysom Hill around so much, they don't know what he's going to do. If you have Taysom and Alvin Kamara on the field at the same time, what the defense doing? Who they going to key in on? Who are they going to key in on? Because you know how they think. And they create pressure. You don't want to run any offensive play which allows Derek Carr to rear back there to throw the ball downfield, right? In terms of you got to establish the run first, get into the play action. The timing has to be crisp. I don't think that's too much to ask for the Saints because I do believe that they can still run this ball. I would just be honest with you, man. They can run that ball. I say run at Parsons. Run at him. Wear him out. Pancake him. Put him on the ground. Whatever you got to do, wear his ass out. Wear him out. Pause. But push him down, knock him down, whatever you got to do. Within the rules of the game, during the game. Don't be dirty to him. JT says, Q, the Saints can't fall behind too far because we want to be able to catch up with Dallas and the referees. Yeah, we got to play. And while you're doing that, you can't have these miscues. We talked about Saints had 10 penalties. Had 10 penalties last game. And you don't know how the officials are going to officiate the game because it is a game in another person's building. So that's a part of it, that I've kind of struggled with trying to figure out exactly how the Saints handle that under Dennis Allen, because that was a question that I posed starting the year off is how do the Saints, what's the overall intelligence of the team and insofar as the miscues and keeping the penalties down, the stuff where you are called shooting yourself in your own foot or helping out your opposition. That's where I'm at. How good are we in that field? Week 1 is not enough to be able to determine overall intelligence and discipline as an offense, not doing the stuff that gets you beat. That's that's the stuff that we've yet to determine. Week 1 was a good, measurement of that, but still in all, we need more time to figure out where we need to be insofar as, handling that business. You know what I mean? All right. Any questions, fam? Please feel free to throw them in the chat as well, man. Y'all feel free to throw them in the chat. And I'll just I'll answer a few more before I dirk out. But listen, I just appreciate y'all for being here, man. Let me see if I can pull up, because I did do a poll in the chat, fam. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. The poll in the chat for the family members here, where I asked about the win situation. What do you guys think will happen there? And the poll says, predict the Saints versus Cowboys outcome. Saints win big. Saints win close. Saints lose big or Saints lose close. Well, 52% says the Saints are going to win close. 30% is the second largest total. It's almost 200 people have voted. If you hadn't voted, please throw your vote in there. So 52% say the Saints win a close one. 30% says the Saints win big. 10% say the Saints lose close, and only 8% says the Saints lose big. So 52% of the pollers, that's a good healthy number, says that the Saints will win the game, but it'll be a close matchup. So that's good to know. All right, big ups to the family. K-Man says, I was 10 yards away from Granderson before the game last week. Dude is way bigger than I thought. Yeah, Granderson's 6'6", I want to say, bro. He's like 6'6", and he about 200 and I think he got up to 270 plus. He talked about that. Yeah, Carl Granderson is he ready for some big time, bro. He ready to take that step. Ed Head Trauma says all defenses want to play fast, but when they have to think, it gives the offense an advantage. That's what it's all about. It's a read and react game. See what happens, attack. If you're sitting there thinking about what's going on, and why would you be sitting there thinking, is because the Saints are motioning people left and right, and you like, what is he doing over there? What is he doing? And while you doing that, ball snapping, a guy already 3 yards beyond you, just that fast. The Saints play fast, man. They play fast. That's what really kind of got Carolina, and they keep talking shit about Carolina's defense. You could talk about the offense all you want, but the defense is the best unit of that team. They talking about, they wasn't nothing. Are you kidding me? Derek Brown is a hell of a player. Shaq Thompson is a good linebacker. Jadeveon Clowney in that system is still, when he's healthy, he did some good things there in that system. And their defensive coordinator is a solid and respected defensive coordinator. J.C. Horn, even though he got smoked by our guys, he's considered a good cornerback. We know J.C. Horn. That's Joe's son. He's a solid cornerback when he's healthy. So all this junk about Carolina, this, that, and the third, they had a bad outing because they, offensively, they didn't come to play. And the Saints jumped on them and ran over them. But that defense, I ain't taking nothing, man. That defense, those guys are good. And the Saints, if you go back and look at the tape, the Saints were pushing Derrick Brown all around, man. They were dominating up front, dominating those guys. They had the mentality like, hey, man, we're going to play. Because the reality is, Penning had no respect. They're not anticipating Tyler Fuaga. It's just a big rookie. Trevor Penning, he don't know nothing. He just such a sudden did them guys start pushing them guys and knocking them around and everything. I seen what Penning was doing out there. I seen what Tyler Fuaga was doing. I seen what Lucas Patrick was out there doing. Man, listen, them people don't know what they talking about, bro. They don't know what the hell they talking about, family. They need to go back and watch some goddamn tape and understand the Saints, that none of what we seen on that film, you go back and watch that all 22 was luck. That was all execution. They were executing and it wasn't lucky. They knew what they were doing. That's why it looked like that. They knew exactly where they needed to be to block. They knew exactly what they needed to do. You even seen guys who you didn't even know can block that well were blocking. You seen Chris Olave. I was impressed. Chris Olave had 2 catches in that game, but he was out there blocking, opening up running attacks. They were committed to that. They thinking it's a game. Oh, well, you such man. Okay. All right. Okay. It's football, dude. Anybody can be beat any given Sunday. Your team can get their asses handed to them. Don't underestimate nobody. And how you going? And that's the question too. I asked on the last stream, how these Cowboy people all big up in their chests, all big up, puffed up ass chests, talking reckless to the Who Dat Nation, like we don't know who they are. Like we haven't been beating them over the last, since 1998. I can understand if y'all just, it was just running away with it. Y'all just were dominating. But like I said, I keep saying it, like how y'all so puffed up in y'all chest and y'all breast area and voice all deep and full of confidence and egotism, to talking to the Who Dat Nation, like y'all ain't nothing, all this foolishness. Like what, dude? Do you not know y'all history? Do you only live in the now? We don't have no problem beating you guys. Since 98, we've beat you 10 out of the 14 times that we've met. So what is this big puffed up chest crap that they do? What is all that? What's going on there? I don't understand the puffed upness. I don't get that. Y'all gonna have to explain it to me, man. I might be a little slow on that part of the game. You know what I mean? What's up, T Dirty? Big ups to my brother T Dirty, man. All right. Yeah. Thank you, J Rock. I think I answered that one. JT says, Q, the Saints can't fall behind. Yeah. He says, too far because we want to be able to catch up with the Cowboys and the referees. Yeah. Black Major says, Q, can you show the chart of the offensive calling from last year to this year, the show of the chart of offensive calling? I don't know. I have to find that one, my brother. I don't know if I know how to find that one, bro. The offensive card from last year. You said last year? I'll have to look that one up, my brother. All right. Jamaica says, that's what I said, Q. We need to run the ball. Yeah, you got it. Millie 2L says they got to work on them penalties. It happens every year. Tiger Fist says Rick Denson is yes, indeed, is the Saints run game coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator for Gary Cooper. This is true. When Arian Foster and Ben Tate was chopping, up in the yeah, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good. Another good one. Tiger Fish, you putting game down, brother. Those are really good comments you made there, man. Because it ties. It is good commentary. I mean, what's more detailed and enlightening commentary because it links an area of time to the Saints are now by using the personnel. Rick Denson, yes, you're right. He is the run game coordinator. You are right that he was with Aaron Foster, and Aaron Foster was there. Was people forget Aaron Foster, but Aaron Foster was a hell of a running back for the Texans. He was phenomenal out there. He couldn't do anything anywhere else, but he was phenomenal there. And that's like people like, yeah, it's a system guy. Regardless or not, it worked for us. I mean, that was phenomenal, man, to be honest with you. I got to give it good comment on that, Tiger Fist. Yeah, and that's right. That's why he picked them guys. He picked these guys, and I said it. I said this Dennis Allen gave the man the job and said, hey, go ahead and pick your staff, but we got a tight ends coach. Go get who you want to get. The man went and got people that he worked with before that he knew can do what he needed to be done. He went and got Denson, who worked, that's right, with Gary Kubiak. And y'all remember Clint's father, Gary Kubiak, was at the Saints practices. He was there watching. He wasn't paid by the team, but he was there advising. And I promise you that Gary Kubiak is talking to his son, Clint, and saying, hey, listen, son, I want you to, watch out for this and that. You don't think that he going to let his son go up against a 68-year-old Zimmer and he not feeding them games? Say, listen, man, this is how you beat Zimmer's ass. You don't think that's happening behind the scenes? Man, that's what I'll be doing for my son, man. Did you hear what I just said? Don't think Gary Kubiak there watching just from afar, just not saying nothing to him. I don't think he ain't on that phone during the week saying, hey, son, listen, we know how to beat Zimmer. You got to watch out for this. You got to watch out for that. You got to watch out. Yeah, because that's what I'll be doing my children, man. And you would be too. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Matt LaFleur. There you go. Thank you, Head Trauma. Yeah, Tiger Fist says Dallas don't know who they like. I'm trying to tell you, man, these people all puffed up in the chest. They all puffed up in the chest. All right. What's up, Dark Side? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you, man. Julius says level his pride. Yeah, hurt his feelings. All right. Divine Eternal says, I got 3 touchdowns on you. Oh, I'm playing you in the summer league this time. Hold on, fam, because I was supposed to do this. Did I do it last show? I was supposed to do it every Wednesday stream. I was supposed to show the fantasy league, the Sports Coma Fantasy League. I think this is like the 5th or 6th year we've been running the fantasy league. And I lost last week to who did I lose to? To Money Team. And I lost. Man, I shouldn't have lost the game. I had a cornerback that some kind of weird way. The man had it was Jair Alexander. Is that right? Jair, like the cornerback from Green Bay. Well, I had him on my defense. He some kind of way had scored 100 fantasy points. And I thought I put him on my active roster, but I didn't. I had another guy there. And then if I would have had him on there, I would have beat the man 306 to 263. But, let me kind of share a little bit of that right now, because that's what I was saying in the Sports Coma Fantasy League, man. Yeah, I lost in week 1 there. I think that's Vernon, brother Vernon. He won his matchup. No, he lost. SV360, who I'm playing this week, won. Cobras beat Devon C. Who Dat Savages lost to the Block Beaters. Mr. Mad Styles, he lost to Paper Chasers. All Saints Day lost to Elite. And Goodfellows beat MOB Baby. So in the second week, right now, you can see me here. I'm losing a little bit there to SV 360 right now. Money Team's up on Dome of Silence. That's brother Vernon. Cobras is beating Who Dat Savage. Devin is losing to the Block Beaters. And you can see the rest of the guys. Mad Styles is winning. So is Goodfellows. And it's a close one with Elite and Paper Chasers right now. But still a lot of football left, man, in that week. So, yeah, right now that's what it looks like. The Sports Coma Fantasy League, man. Oh, I enjoy that, man. I always enjoy playing fantasy football, man. All right, what's up, J-Sticks? How you doing, bro? All right, Trey, the big bro says, I live in Dallas and these Cowboy fans are cocky as you know it. I told them that we're better because of our offense is able to put up points. Unlike in the past, we couldn't finish weak teams. Man, I've said that. And listen, no disrespect to my Cowboy people. I know Tasha in here. I love Tasha and my brother Shawn. That's our peoples. But like I said, it's It's not them because she's not a ignorant cowboy person. It's like some of them guys, man. It's like dude, what do you know? Like they the Chiefs or somebody. No, you're not the Chiefs. The Chiefs are doing this right now. You know, they can be, I can understand them being a little confident because they, you know, they've gone to Super Bowls, they've won a couple of them, they kind of running it right now. You know, the Cowboys ain't running nothing right now. You know, they're not winning anything right now, and they haven't won anything for a long time. So I mean, just chill out, be humble, play hard, and don't underestimate your opponent because you will get beat. That is a football fundamental principle that any good coach would teach you. That we don't play the cocky, confident game. To be confident is one thing, but to be cocky and arrogant, that's not the right energy you want to play, you want to tap into. Thank you, Trey. All right, what's up, Dr. Drew? Dr. Drew says, right, Q. Darkside said the media won't show love to the Saints. Even if they beat Dallas, they would say it was a trap game and Dallas was like, that is right. Thank you, Darkside. Did y'all catch that? This is that. Let me give him a clap for that one, bro. My brother Tiger Fist might have had the comment of the night, but I think Darkside won the comment of the night here, fam. He won the comment of the night. Listen to what this man just dropped on the Who Dat Nation. And this is how it's going to play. Watch. The media won't show love to the Saints even if they beat Dallas. They would say it was a trap game and Dallas was looking ahead to the Ravens. That's what's going to happen. He's absolutely right. And then they will say, okay, let's see what the Saints, and they're just going to move the goalposts and say, okay, the Saints beat the Cowboys because I think they were looking ahead to the Ravens. And then let's see what the Saints are going to do against Philly. They're going to just move the goalposts. They're just going to move the goalposts. So you're right, bro. I think you might have the comment of the night right there. That is well said right there because I already played the, what's the brother name coming on tomorrow? College football. I said college. I keep thinking college. I mean, Cowboys fan talk. Brother Rome. He said that in the little snippet that I played for y'all last night. He said that he considers it a trap game because they're looking at Baltimore. He said that. So it's already prescribed and thrown into the mindset of them. So if they fail, it was a trap game. We got a little too overconfident. You know, they just won because we was looking at the Ravens. So, you know, so the hell with, that's why I was saying early on, it's like, man, listen, we don't get anything out of beating these people because all we just doing it for the tiebreaker when they get to the playoffs. If they get to the playoffs, when we get to the playoffs, we'll have that up on them. But I ain't caring about no credit. We just need to stockpile wins and get as many of them as we can. We need 10 to 11 plus wins, 10 plus wins to claim a playoff berth. That's all I'm concerned about week after week, and let everything else take care of itself. Thank you, Darkside, bro. That was the comment of the night. I have to give it to you, bro, because that right there is facts. Hemisphere says Saints small market team media always look down on smart market. That's why there's a sports coma. That's why it's a sports coma. I got tired of listening to commercial talk from the local people because they had a handful of guys that was telling it like it is, like, you know, but commercially, you know, that's power in being, you know, unaffiliated. There's a power in being that because you're not scripted in. Like you can't be some of my people out there. Like, I know it's cool. The thing is always to go and see if you can go and catch on with somebody, but see if you can maintain your amateur status, man. There's power in that because when you latch yourself onto some corporation, man, they got control over what you say and how you say it and all this kind of old stuff. And then everything's tied to that. And you don't want to let anybody have that kind of power over you. You know, just think about that. Like you have these weird artists with these 360 deals and they got all this crap going on. You're never supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do none of that garbage. And then most of them all roped in to what they tell them to do. Oh, good. I need you to go endorse this guy. I need you to do this. And then they just paper. They on paper controlled fully. Man, no. There's power in that, and you're independent. Amateurs, they call it amateur class. There's power in that, man. All right. Anyway, shout out to Eugene. Says Big Q, no matter what we think as a family base, it appears players have bought into the new offensive philosophy and even into the head coach. That's a start towards success, but the results must follow. Yeah, it's the family base. Yeah, has bought it. Yeah, they want to win. They see it. Eugene. You're right. They see what we could be if Dennis Allen stays where he is and he allows Clint Kubiak to operate with autonomy. Then this experiment could work where he is coach in name, but Clint runs this. And if he needs something, he goes to them. This experiment could work. But I hope that a lot of teams overlook the Saints and call the Saints a trap game. I don't see how you can look at the Saints team honestly. Take off them blue glasses, silver glasses, that damn hat, that cowboy hat. Sit your ass down, clear your mind, put that what you call it? Put that damn that spike beer down or whatever they drinking. Put that shit down and start thinking. The Saints are not your average team. They're a team that was failing and bumbling and stumbling because of shitty ownership. I mean, shitty management of the team. The reason why the Saints have a different energy because the same guy that been screwing up over the last couple of years is under fire. His job is on the line. That's why his energy is different. It's a feeling of desperation that he should have had coming into year number one, but he didn't have that. He was comfortable in year one. He was comfortable in year two. Even when reporters asked him last year, at the end of year two, were you afraid of being fired? He said quickly, no. You wasn't? No. He ain't feeling that way this time because Mickey Loomis took all of that pressure after that, and he ain't going to take that pressure this year. He knows I bought you 3 years. You got to turn it around, or I'm going to have to put you in a street, partner. And that's this energy you've seen, this urgency that you've seen him moving with is the fact that he's coaching for his job. That's what this is. You're like, oh, Dennis Allen is motivated. Of course he's motivated. You got the most ultimate motivation that a person can have. He's coaching to keep his job. Because we know if he doesn't make it, he's never going to find another head coaching job in his life. He wasn't even supposed to have this one. He only got it because Peyton told Loomis to hire him and perform a whole mock hiring session where you just pretend to be. And I don't understand how the Saints wasn't thrown in that lawsuit that Flores and the rest of them coaches was having, and the Saints wasn't even in that lawsuit. Like, how the Saints missed out on that lawsuit? They interviewed this man for 8 hours, this other man for 8 hours, and turned around and offered them offensive coordinator job. All these coaches they were looking at, and the whole time it was a sham, and they were going to get a job to Dennis Allen anyway. He wasn't even supposed to have the job. So, I mean, 3 years later, here we go. It's all about him. It's the desperation. He's coaching for his job. So he was able to try all of this stuff. It is no coincidence that all of the movements came in the under fired year. If he was serious, these offensive changes in terms of hiring the coaches would have came in year two. It would have came in year two. NFL means not for long. How you feel complacent in a not for long league unless you're partially crazy? You don't understand what you're dealing with. It's not for long. Any changes he's seen in year one when offense failed that bad, he should have made them in year two. We'd have been 2 years into a Kubiak system if that was the case. But all changes to the team in terms of the offense was made in the under fired urgent year because he's coaching for his job. That's what's going on. That's why you see all of these different things that he's trying to do to soften the mode of the locker room that he created over the last 2 years. I didn't do that. He did that. So that's why the team was losing. He had to under pressure, he had to tear it all down and do something different. It was bold, but usually these type of moves work. The fortune favors the bold. You got to get out of your comfort zone if you want success, fam. You want that new house, you want that car, you got to step it up. You got to come out of that comfort zone. You got that, don't pay off this or whatever you want to do. You got to come out that comfort zone. You know, have a plan. Paul Port Town Stream says, Big Q, we back again, baby. Love it. Much love to you, bro. Thank you. Andrew says, hey, Q, they talking all greasy because they're nervous as a bunch of former brown pigs. They gonna find out. Indeed. Hemisphere says, Q, Gruden said that DA need to challenge Dallas rookie center and tackle. Zimmer may challenge Penning and Young should Fuaga doesn't start this week, which is fine. That's what I love, all of that, because that's what it's about. If football is a game of mismatches, each team is going to attempt to expose errors they believe that each other have. And that's the beauty of the football. That's why we love this stuff, right? Jamie says Saints need to put pressure on Dak. Yes, he has weakness on him. Okay. All right. Hemisphere says, my hope is Saints start fast like they did last week and keep the pressure on the Cowboys. What's up, brother? What's happening? What's going on, bro? He says, happy. Yes, today is Friday 13th. Who that's choo. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for being here. Eugene says, Q, Cowboy fans really suffer from selective amnesia. Forget about all the whole 10 of the past 14 matchups. Things unearned arrogance is what they do. Yeah, I don't, I used to do a long time. I used to be, and I was like, man, because like I did like last year, I learned my lesson, man. I really did. I didn't like putting on, like when we had the game against Atlanta last year, the first matchup we had against Atlanta coming out of the bye week after the Saints lost to the Minnesota Vikings. I was like, surely they have a bye week here. They'll be able to fix whatever they need to. We're going to beat the Atlanta Falcons. I'm sorry. Then we go into the game. Derek Carr throws a pick six. Saints lose to the Falcons. I made a bet with my boy Lowe from Atlanta side of things. And guess who had to end up putting on the goddamn Falcon shirt and doing a broadcast in it? Me. Putting on a Falcon shirt. I did not appreciate that at all. Because I thought, let me show some support to them and all this kind of stuff. And then here I go trying to believe, and they dusty, rusty ass. And next thing you know, I'm in a Falcon shirt. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. My son looked at that and was like, Daddy, don't look right on you. my boy says, nah, Dad, they don't look right on you. I said, hell no, it don't look right on me. But that tickled the hell out of the Falcon people, boy. You should have seen it. I was all over social media. Oh, that tickled them, boy. That tickled the hell out of them, but it didn't tickle me. I was upset, boy. Oh boy. I was upset about that one because if I talk up for you dogs, get up off your ass and win the game against the Falcons. And I got Carr sitting up there congratulating the man that picked six them. I said, these people, no, you got to show me. I was on my show me game. I gave him a shot. Hell no, hell to the no. You ain't going to get me again. You just say asking the Cowboy fan not to be arrogant. It's like asking the fan to drink on game day. Exactly. JT said that's why I deal with you, Q. You're young, but you're very wise. Good stuck old folk talk. Yeah, bro. Hey, that's my uncles. And then some experience, but a lot of common sense. Like it's the part of the game. It's the game in you. Like you got to know. And some people just don't. They don't know. A lot of people just don't know, man. People just they want you to buy books. They want to do it's just, can we talk? Can we talk? Can we have an honest talk? And then just a few words here or there, people do it and listen. It changed their life. Like if I tell somebody, listen, I want y'all to pay attention to these attributes in your spouse, or if you don't have a spouse, these things perhaps you need to focus on so you can get what you're looking for. Because it's like figuring out exactly what you're looking for. But it's a caveat to it. Don't ask whoever you want or you're going after to do things that you don't want to do. Like I see people all the time online saying they got a woman who probably make $40,000 or $50,000 a year, if that, saying that she want a man that make $200,000 a year or $500,000. That's like, you're not going to get that, sis. That don't even sound right. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. Why? Because you can't ask for somebody to be doing something that you're not doing. You have you going above where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to seek your equal. That's all you can ever ask to hope for. Seek your equal. Don't ask for nothing. Don't ask nobody for nothing that you're not willing to do yourself. That's the best advice that I can give you. Yeah, all these crazy women on here talking about, oh, I want this, man. Lady, please. If you're not making that kind of money, ma'am, don't ask for somebody that is, because you ain't going to like what you get. You're not going to like what you get. Stop. Think about this stuff a little bit more. Same with the guys. It ain't cool to be a player nowadays. I got to play. I got 4 or 5 girlfriends. Bro, listen, stupid. Don't do that. It's not good to do that nowadays, because you can't play the game better than them because they playing it better than you. They playing it better than you. You get played trying to play. That's the energy. Best you can do is cover yourself up, act respectable, know exactly what you're looking for, even down to the age. It's like, don't that sound familiar? Sound like when you're going to buy a house or a car, it's the same process. Why we not that analytical and organized in our approach when we dating people? But we can go and do that with a car. What kind of car you want? I want this car. I want what's the, some people know the year, the make and the model, the color, the accessories, everything, but they don't know how to pick a spouse. They don't know to get that same level of detail. It's the same process. It's the same process. But you got to seek your equal. That's all you could ever hope for, because it's about balancement. You want to find your other half. That's what it's about, right? You come in here alone, you most likely you don't want to leave alone. People having problems trying to find that half. He's out there, she's out there, whatever. But you gotta seek your equal. You have to be real. And whatever you are dealing with right now, and you are by yourself, you have to fix whatever's going on. Like here, you got to fix that. You got to be real. If you're selfish, a little too selfish, you got to change that. If you're a little too wordy in the mouth, you got to fix that. If you want somebody to give to you, you got to give to them. Everything that you want, you have to be able to give that to the person that you're dealing with. That's how that works. Or are they going to leave and find it from somebody else? Because people have you for a reason. You bringing something to them. That's how this shit go. You know, it ain't deep. I think some people just don't get that game. You know, they don't understand. Like, man, don't try to play no player. It's not safe out here for you to be a player, man. It's a lot of stuff going on right now with people out here, man. It's a lot of stuff going on, bro. You can't win at that game. Don't play that game. I'm a player. Don't do that. You're going to be in trouble. Don't play that game. You got to be smarter than that. All right. Big ups to the fam, man. Let me keep this thing moving along, man. I just wanted to drop some stuff. I'm just saying, man, seek your equal, man. That's how this works. I'm being honest. Put one, hey, my experienced people, put one in the chat. Let them know. Let them know. Seek your equal. I'm giving game. That's free. I'm just telling you, like a lot of people running around, they see these Instagram women, man, that's fake, bro. That's fake. You want a woman, and women want a person. You don't want no one of these fakers out here. These people that's all about a look. You know, no, you want a person of substance. And like a lot of people, they're like, oh, the whole thing with Steph Curry and his wife, oh, she wants this. I'm like, lady, listen, let me tell you something, man. Out here, ain't no man, a real man, and I'm speaking from my perspective, ain't no real man gonna want no woman that's some old dusty dude done had his hands on. And you done seek your level, your equal, and you dealing with people that's beneath your level. Trust me, he might not know who the dude is, but the energy of that dude or dudes, whoever it is on you. That's why a lot of people they want to go, if you got an older person, they want to go younger because they figure that it's less baggage that way. What baggage? The baggage is all of the stuff that you have, these weird soul ties. I'll be telling people this, man, listen, don't give your body away. Don't, especially nowadays, that is a temple. Guard yourself. Don't give yourself away to these dusty dudes out here. Find a person of substance and you make a family with them, because we're making families with these people and these people ain't nothing. These shit. I'm no disrespect. I'm just keeping it real. Whatever these Hollywood people telling you, because that's where a lot of these people getting it from. They're getting it from these Hollywood idiots. And most of these people are burnt out, sold out, demon possessed people. That's how they got a lot of this stuff. They done sold their asses out. So we don't need to look to the television or to the media for role examples from Jada Pinkett Smith or Will Smith or any one of these people. What are we doing? It's supposed to be people of substance. Let me tell you, a person of substance will provide for you. A person of substance will protect you. Like nowadays, they got people, families broken up, women, this, that, and the third. Fam, listen, don't let nobody talk you or try to trick you into a situation where you don't have your protection. You know what I mean? Because stuff is going to start breaking down and you're going to wish you had that. I'm telling you, because times they bringing it to a point where you're going to have to go do a lot of old style living. You're going to have to learn how to grow stuff. You're going to learn how to sew. You're going to have to learn how to do stuff like that, or you ain't going to make it. That's what they're doing right now. They're saying, and how they walk people over here to this Instagram chick that don't know how to cook, or this Instagram dude over here who don't know how to cook. He ain't no person of substance. He just all about how he look or how she look. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to raise no families. They don't have real strong sense of just all of the substantive stuff that make you a wholesome person. They're all about whatever the popular crap is out there. That's what that is. You don't want none of that, bro. That's trouble. You a woman, a person that's really a sought after person that you really need to get to is a person of substance. That's a person that got a connection to the creator. Because if you got a connection to the Most High, you got a high sense of discernment. You know what people you're not supposed to be around. And that's a big part of it. Because don't let these people tell you, oh, this, that, and the third. Man, listen, that's all a lie and a trap. That's game. Seek your level, man. Seek your level and don't ask nothing from nobody that you're not willing to give yourself. That's game. Just keeping it a buck. For my young people, some of my young people might not have heard this before, but young people be having their ears open because they know they be saying this ADD crap and all this. Listen, fam, let me tell you something. Them children, they know when to listen. Like I'll be sitting down talking to my friends, man, and they say all this kind of stuff. But when I start talking to them about stuff, them ears get to open. I'm like, oh, they ain't paying attention, but they know when they pay attention when it's substantive, when it's something that they know, them ears open. And then later on, they come and ask me about it. I'm like, oh, you heard that, huh? I thought, this type of stuff. Hey, they listen. Them children know, but they know when they hear something real, they know what to use. Seek your equal, fam. That's game. My young people out there, listen to my experienced people. They've been through it. They can tell you some game, young people. This ain't it. This crap out here. These fake entertainers. This ain't it. This ain't. Don't you listen to these clowns. Don't listen to them. I'm telling you off top. They got all this shit tore up right now because we listening to the wrong people, man. All this stuff. It's very simple. Seek ye equal. And if you're alone right now, you're supposed to be alone. Why? Because this is a period when you're supposed to be fixing whatever you need to fix, making those corrections that we talked about on the other show. You got to make those corrections. Be honest with yourself. If you're a little too lippy, you got to fix that. You need to be a little bit more humble. You got to focus on that. Whatever you got to do, you know what you're supposed to be doing. If you're paying attention to yourself, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You need to listen to that voice connected to the Lord. You need to do that. You need to make them corrections. Make them corrections, because this is the time, because it'll be a time when you're going to need that. I'm telling you, man. These are the times. And for that player crap, let that player crap go, man. Right now, I told y'all, man, I was on Q with Big Q. on Patreon. And I can't show y'all all the stuff, but I could show it on that. I was showing clips and things and all that. Y'all for seeing the show, put one in the chat, let them know. I was showing all that, man. I was like, listen, this was what's going on, and I'm telling you. I'll be on there letting you have it. But yeah, man, we good. But anyway, I'm just look at the facts in there. Look at T Mama. That's my girl there. She always in here showing love. Shout out to T Mama, man. All right. Yeah, Dark Side. BBLs. Bro, listen, man, on some real stuff, Dark Side, man, listen. I always show this, man. And listen, I always show y'all my sister, man. Y'all know that's my baby sister right there. That's my baby sister. I keep her on my phone. I look at it every day. At my sister, she passed away. She was getting the surgery where, the weight loss surgery. I don't know what it's called. But she went in there and she did it. A year later, they made her come back to do a check or whatever the case was. And they did something, went in there to make something happen. And she went in there on a Wednesday and she was dead on, a Monday, and she was dead on Wednesday. She went in there Monday afternoon and she was dead Wednesday. Then it came out that the surgeon didn't suture her up correctly. She gained an infection and she died. Beautiful girl, because that's what she wanted to do that. Now we told her, don't do it. I told her, don't do it. My parents, my other siblings, don't do it. Her friends, don't do it. She did it anyway, and it cost her. That's why I was telling one of the ladies the other day about the Most High will give you warnings, will give you multiple warnings. You got to heed the warnings. You got to heed the warnings. So that's why I be trying to tell them. And listen, I started doing research on that. Did y'all not know that's happening to a lot of women? That's happening to women all over the country. All over the country. They dying to look good. And that sounds weird, but it's true. They're dying to look good. And the crazy part is they already look good. They already look good. They already look good. Who told them that they didn't look good? Who told them that? See, that's why I be saying all the madness. That's because all this. It's time for that to stop, man. That's what happened to her, man. I told her. And that's one of the things, man. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, T Mama. That's what it was. Yeah, that's dangerous, man. That's a whole thing going on right now. People don't even know about. But they gonna lie. They gonna bring up all the fam. There's so much going on. I don't want to get too far in it. I'm supposed to be doing the show tomorrow. I think it's got to be tomorrow. I was supposed to be doing. I had got my research together. I was supposed to do another On Q with Big Q for Patreon. I just did one last week. Or I think a week and a half ago. I try to do them like once a week, but sometimes my schedule's off. But yeah, I try to show a lot of this stuff at that area on Patreon on that show because it I can do that. I got freedom there. On here, they want to knock your stuff off. It's crazy. Knock your stuff off. Crazy. But yeah, man, just some game from one guy to the family members. Experience. Just listen, man. Just love yourself, man. Love yourself. Be proud of who you are. Don't let nobody tell you that you don't look good. And if you want to change some stuff, do it for the right reasons. Do it for yourself and not for nobody else. You get what I'm saying? Do it for you. Don't do it for nobody else. That's the only real reason you're supposed to have progress. If you feel like you need to make progress, make progress. If you feel like you need to come down on some of the pounds or whatever because your blood pressure high, or you know what you need to do. Stop eating that shit. Start go walk a little bit, drink more water. That's what we got. We got to be here alone, fam. We supposed to be soldiers here, man. We can't give it up like that. All right. So anyway, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Head trauma says, I'm going through that with my wife right now. She want that surgery. Head trauma, play this show for her, bro. Because maybe this can help you. Play my words to your wife and let her know. Play this to her and say, listen to what Q just said. Listen, ma'am, head trauma's wife. I don't know the lady's name. But listen, ma'am, don't do that. Don't do it, ma'am. Get you a gym membership. Hell, head trauma will work out with you. He'll go out there, whatever you got to do. That yeah, hey, he'll work. He'll walk in the park with you. Hell, he'll help you prepare the meals. Y'all lose weight together, whatever you got to do. But don't do that. Whatever you do, do it the regular way. Cut, downsize your portions, drink more water, increase your walking, join the gym, stuff like that. And then another spiritual component is too, also while you're doing that, put the spirituality in it, pray on it too. Before you go and exercise, pray. Because that's a part of it, man. You got to add the spiritual to it to make it sink, to make it stick. Because then you got the physical here and it's the mind, but connect the spiritual with the mental and the physical, make it a threesome. You know what I mean? Make it a trinity and then operate that way. Because I know that helps me out too, man. I was a lot bigger than I was, and I started losing weight, started working out, man. It helps. All right. Anyway, listen, I hope that helps y'all, man. But anyway, listen, look, shout out to the fam, man. I'm going to be back on the next stream will be for the Cowboys and Saints stream. Well, actually, I'm tripping, man. I got the brother from Cowboy Fan Talk will be, we'll do a 30-40-minute stream on tomorrow. Matter of fact, at 1 p.m. Central Time, family. So y'all be looking out for that. I'm going to have him here talking about the Cowboys, give us some insight from the Cowboy side of stuff with Big Rome from the Cowboy Fan Talk. We'll have that brother in here tomorrow. And we'll do a stream. Then I'll probably chill with y'all for about another hour or so. We get some questions in there, break some news, and then Sunday's the game. But I'm tripping, man. I'm thinking like I be having so much going on. I almost forgot that, man. Good thing. All right. Yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, fam. So y'all look out for that. And we'll do it. Yeah, T-Mom, it's all good. But that's what I'm saying, man. Listen, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, man. I seen a video too. It's crazy. I seen a video. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all seen it. It's this brother, man. It's the pop the balloon thing. Y'all seen that? They got the little corny show where you come out there and the chicks pop the balloon if they don't like it. Put one in the chat if y'all seen that. Put one in the chat if y'all seen that before. The corny balloon show where the guy is there. It's a guy or a gal, and then the guy got like 4 or 5 dudes or 5 or 6 women, young women there, and they got a balloon with a pin and they pop the balloon if they don't like the dude. Y'all seen that? Okay. There was a show that I seen and they had a brother on the show, and the brother was like, yeah, I just love God. He was a Christian brother. And them chicks was standing up there, man, and he started talking about, he wasn't no hardcore guy into his faith. He was just a guy that was proud of his faith. He wasn't saying nothing out of bounds or nothing. It's like, yeah, I just like, I just want a woman that's strong and such and such. And you should have seen them balloons popping. Pop, 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 pop. Like, then when the lady asked her, why you popped your balloon? Well, they was giving lame excuses. But see, the thing was, these were all younger girls, and the brother he was an Army veteran. He wasn't an older guy. He was probably like maybe 2 or 3 years older than they were. Some of them might have been right around the same age group. But they were popping that balloon on that brother. And they were asking him stuff, and they just didn't want to say it was because of the fact that he has a connection to the Most High. Let me tell y'all something, man. That you don't want them type of girls. You don't want none. That's a headache. And because let me tell you something. And you don't have to be a spiritual master, but at the same time, I'm telling y'all that's a template, because they always dress the same way, like for real. And I don't know if some women, our more experienced women know this, but a lot of our young ladies don't know this. Is that, listen, if you want to get a guy to like you and to respect you for who you are, don't show all your ass off. Okay? Cut that out. Because he's not going to respect you because of how these guys are conditioned to think based on what they're getting out of society. Think about what most of these guys are listening to. You think some of these rappers that they're listening to are kindly congratulating you on them lyrics that they're listening to? Most of the time they're calling you out of your name. and describing a template, and far too often women are upset about the name being called, but they are not having an issue fitting the template of what these people are calling them as. You get what I'm saying? You cannot fit the template and then say that you want somebody to respect you when you are in a template of a person that doesn't get respect. You are confused. Young people, I'm giving you the game. And what you will draw to you, because it's all about energy, the energy that you operating on, you're going to draw people that are going to dog the piss out of your ass. You're going to draw somebody that don't take you serious, probably somebody that's going to impregnate you and leave you with a child, probably somebody that's going to give your ass AIDS or STD that you can't get rid of. It's somebody you're going to put a soul tie to, which is they're going to attach themselves to you, and they've been with other people, which will give you this nasty demonic energy that you have over yourself that you attach to that person with. See, a woman can't do that. She can't be with all these other people and be with this guy and that guy. Don't work like that. They teaching you that, but you are different. You're not like that. You can't be that way. You can't sleep with all these other people and have all these soul ties with all these different characters. They call it having a high body count. You can't do that. That's why a lot of these women that are attached to that type of behavior, they are crazy out of their goddamn mind, because you have all these different people's blood in your genetics, in your genes, because that's what happened. Because semen is blood. It goes in your body, you amalgamate it into your body, and that person becomes a part of you. You got all these different people that are part of you with all these weird ass mentalities that you are dealing with. And that's why a lot of these people are batshit crazy. And then on top of that, there is a spiritual curse that comes along with that kind of stuff, because you're sinking in with people that are involved with curses. That's the baggage that people don't want to be attached to. I'm keeping it real. So a lot of people feel like they want to get out of a stable situation and go out here and play around. And that's all that's out there. I'm going to tell you something. A real man ain't going to want you. He ain't going to want you. You're going to be food for these wolves. That's the same thing like a lot of people when they want to go out here and go do all this kind of old stuff, man. Listen, a real man ain't going to want no woman that did that, bro. Just keeping it real with your high body count. That's suspect. I'm not being mean. I'm just keeping it real. A lot of people not going to want to have nothing to do with that. You're going to find yourself by yourself, and you're going to find yourself only attached to certain people. Real guys that's about something, they're not going to play with you on that. I'm not being mean. I'm keeping it real. I'm telling y'all the truth. Now, can you get back? Yeah, you can get back, but it requires spiritual work. You know, you got to get back to your spirit. You got to end it. It's a lot of spiritual disciplines you got to do. It's the same with the guys. You can't go out here having sex with all these women because you're creating soul ties and you're attaching yourself to these people and all this kind of stuff. And it's wrong. That's why I'm saying in the degenerate heathen culture, they don't teach you that. They teach you that all these old things is antiquated and that this is the way you're supposed to be. And then you see all these people dying out here. They ain't even telling you that. The curses they talk about in the scriptures are disease. They call them curses because they get your ass up out of here. They don't know. They listening to Nikki. They're missing to all these old tramps out here. And I'm telling y'all, man, these are sold out people that's getting paid money to lead you astray. That's how they get the deals. They lead you astray. They're not teaching you, hey, girl, clean yourself up, be responsible, be a family person. You don't hear none of that. It's get the bag, do all the most nasty, filthy, degenerate shit that you could possibly imagine. That is a curse. That is a demon telling you that. They don't speak no wholesomeness. They don't teach you anything about any positive or wholesome activity. They don't do none of that. They're not supposed to, because the people that control them are paying them to lead you off straight, lead you away. This is fact. I'm giving you the game. These are ties. You don't know nothing about this. You need to go and figure this stuff out, because any physical act does not come along. A physical act is always attached to a spiritual and mental act. It's a spiritual and mental act that's attached to the physical. It's never just a physical act. That's why a lot of times people are telling you not to do that. Don't get involved with that. But in this crap that's out here nowadays, they are breaking up families. They're telling this women to go and do all this, that, and the third, and they just creating curses. And they got all kind of stuff out here just waiting for you. All kind of stuff. In the video I played on Patreon, man, they would have the dudes. I was playing multiple videos from people that's saying, yeah, they out there doing it. They doing it. I'm purposely doing it and doing such and such and spreading all this stuff. I played the videos, man. I showed the articles from cities all over the place. And it ain't just one thing. It's several different things going on right now. They ain't talking about it. They ain't talking about it. They don't tell you about the real ones that's out here. They don't tell you about the real stuff that's out here, but they'll tell you about the fake bullshit. Listen, man, that's enough on that. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. If y'all won't hear anything about it, just sign up for my Patreon, because I'm going to be doing more of these shows, because it's on my spirit to talk about more of this stuff, because people saying, Q, I like how you talking, bro. That was empowering, because I'm all about just wanting people to understand we can't operate like this no more, man. Our families are broken up. Our men out here doing immature stuff. Our women are trying to do what the men do. And it's supposed to be roles. I can't do what the woman do. It's like she can't do what I do. I'm important. She's important. We all have a role to play. If our roles are confused, then we got problems here. So we letting this enemy tell us about what independence is. And independence, if you break it down etymology wise, it means in a dependent state. Did you catch that? Independence. We're in a state of dependency. What are we dependent on? It's not freedom. It's not liberation. If I'm an independent person, you're in a state of dependency. That's the real. But at the end of the day, I just don't want this. I don't want to see any of this no more, because I'm hearing too much of it. I'm hearing too much stuff. I want my people to be happy, but there's a way to do it. It's a way to do it. My young ladies, young men, man, cut this out. Don't listen to these stupid, garbage, bastard rappers and these tramp R&B people, because they are burnt out, sold out, put together to lead you astray. It's awakening time. It's time to awake. It's time to take your place. It's time to take your place where you're supposed to be, in honor, not in dishonor, not in depression, not in suppression, not in oppression or any form of pressing. It's time to be empowered. That's what it's about. Be empowered, be empowered, be empowered, be empowered. That's what we're talking about. Time to heal our broken families. It's time to heal ourselves, man. We got to turn all that other stuff off. Anyway, that's enough, man. I'm going to let y'all go on and said enough. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up. It's just a little game. Don't take offense to it, fam, for my people out there. But maybe you were supposed to hear this. It was on the Most High, put it on my heart to give it to you. So it's time. We could change it. We can become greater, because there is no freedom in that type of action, fam. It's only death. There's only death in that, man. You can never be truly happy doing that, because that's not what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be behaving like that. That's not empowering. That's not what it's about. That's not a good example to leave our children. That's not a good person. That's not a good legacy to leave on the world for people to follow. That's not it. Anyway, I'm gone. Listen, I love y'all, man. Y'all keep y'all heads up. I'll see y'all tomorrow on the next stream, man. I'll be back with Cowboys Fan Talk. We're going to go over this Saints Cowboy matchup, and we'll talk again. Much love, and who that to you. Peace.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons pluck get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees are Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that at. Where we do that at. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that at. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That, you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.